your beer for you.
Good. Well, why don't you do that to start off with? Instead of using my fucking lighter.
That'd be a good intro.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys say hi to the people?
Open some
Yeah, man.
Well, why don't you do that to
guys
start
like
off
to-
with?
What, are
we already on? Fucking
That'd be-
lighter.
Just kind
That'd
of
be a good intro.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Why don't you guys say hi to the people?
Whoa, echo.
Yeah, man.
Well, why don't you do that to start
An
off with?
apostrophe is
What, are we
from
on
the
fucking
I
lighter?
just kind
That'd
of
be a good intro.
Echo.
Yeah, that's cool. That means
Echo.
my audio's working.
Whoa,
Echo.
That's cool. That means the
Echo.
audio's working on there. Hey, look it! I'm gonna hit the buttons.
Son of a bitchin' bastard. Son of a bitchin' bastard, yo.
Son of a bitchin' bad boy. Son of a bitchin' bad boy. Son of a bitchin' bad boy. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, a bad boy. Welcome to the BB Podcast.
Welcome to the BB Podcast. Weehaw. We both did dual weehaws. If you want to book us for a party,
Yeehaw.
he does the first weehaw. I do the backup weehaw.
Yeah. I do the lower
You're like the
register.
hype man.
This is the #1 PB cast in America.
Yeah.
And
There's no other PP cast that rivals us.
hell no, there isn't.
Bitches.
Today's date is
There's some-
December 11th.
There's a couple better ones in Germany.
Poo-poo cast.
They got poo-poo cast. They got pee-pee cast.
They got
I
their
heard that
poo-poo
Trump as a
pee-pee
guest
cast.
once.
Yes.
What did he do?
Trump.
They poo-poo pee-peed?
Trump would probably do our show if we were on TV.
Well, you just got
Only if
to...
we were
Well,
on
if we
Fox.
convince him it's really the #1 pee-pee cast in
We're the
America.
#1 pee-pee cast in America, and we heard that you've been peed on.
Did you guys
all
see the
He
news?
likes to be on #1 everything. Hold on a second. Go to brothersbrewer
Brothers Brewer.
at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Or brothersbear.com. That's my brother, Christopher. This is Mark Perez and Matthew. What did I call you last week?
Clell, I think.
Oh, that's it. You got to have another nickname.
Cleland.
We got to come up with a new nickname for you.
Colander.
Who cares? Go to brothersbear at gmail.com.
I still like Leon.
Leon's
Leon's good.
Leon's always good.
Well, I didn't come up with it, so I don't like it.
Leon.
Who came up with it?
I don't know.
We call him Leon.
Together we are the Brothers Brer
Anawana.
PB Cast.
Onawanapia?
Does it still say that?
I just saw when you did one of those things, it said,
Oh,
Anawana
yeah.
pee-pee.
That was last time.
Anawana
That was the
pee-pee.
last
I never
cast.
switched it.
You never switched it. Dude.
So what were you saying? What did we see Trumpy Boy do?
No, the latest South Park.
Trumpy
They just put they were trying to capture the president, and they just put like a fake Fox studio in the woods, and he like.
That's
walks
why I
in
was
it.
saying if we convince him really that this is the #1 cast in the world,
Mr. President.
he would be on here in a minute.
We're dog-ass
Yeah, you would.
piglikins. I love Israel. I don't like ISIS.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen when Obama or Hillary did,
No.
the Sat Galifianakis podcast?
Between Two Ferns. Yeah.
That's
I'd
some
love
of
to
my
see a Trump
favorite
go
shit
on
ever.
that shit.
Man, if he did it between two ferns, I might vote for him for a second term if he did it.
That would be the best.
I don't think Zach Galifianakis could bring himself to
Yeah, I don't
say
think he
anything.
could.
He'd just be sitting there and they'd just be looking at each other and be like, "That's it, it's over."
That might be even better though. Just the awkward glances between the two.
Right?
It still sometimes is surprising to me when I wake up. I can't believe it that he's the
No,
president.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it
how
still
is
doesn't feel real to
Because
me.
you
It
see,
really
I mean, you
doesn't.
seriously see him doing Pizza Hut commercials in the '90s, and just
Right.
and him going on. I mean, just being him going on
Yeah.
on talk shows and just for. I mean, why? What was he doing? He was just a grease
he
ball.
was-
He
I
didn't-
know.
Yeah.
Asshole.
It's
Right.
disgusting.
My favorite one ever is I always see it come up, but whenever he was on the WrestleMania or whatever, and he like,
Oh, yeah.
clotheslines Vince McMahon.
Yeah, what
and he's
the
like,
fuck?
"Oh!"
Wasn't that the clip that he used and he like glued CNN's face on the GIF?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't him, it was someone else.
Someone else
and
did. He just retweeted it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not against anybody becoming the president of the country, but he should have. I mean,
Not have.
yeah. I mean, somebody. If you're doing something silly, like I wasn't against Al Franken becoming a senator.
Oh, poor Allie
Yeah,
boy.
I know. Poor old Al.
He screwed himself.
He fucked
Yeah, he
himself. Yeah, you can't take pictures of yourself molesting sleeping women.
You basically can't be in the entertainment industry. And, well, unless you're Ronald Reagan.
Well, yeah. Well, I know, but I mean, Al Franken was goofy and all this stuff, but he was like a serious politician.
Yeah,
you know?
he actually he stuck it to them.
I wouldn't be
Republicrats.
surprised if we get a
Yeah.
celebrity next as well.
Well,
No,
I
I know.
From the Democratic side.
Well, I never
but-
liked his Stuart Smalley bit anyway.
I just feel like that's
Yeah.
I like Stuart Smalley.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like
Well,
Stuart
I know.
Smalley.
Well, that's all Bill O'Reilly. He never referred to him as Al Franken. He just called him Stuart Smalley.
Really?
Stuart Smalley attacked me again today.
That's hilarious.
And see, but I would almost rather now that Al Franken, before he became senator, he had like a radio show and he did all this like political stuff and he wrote books like he had that one book Lies and the Lying Liars that tell him, and it was hysterical. It was like really funny.
Yeah.
And I would like to see him do that, but
Well,
he
he's
might not be
gonna
allowed
have
to
to
do
now.
it. Well, maybe nobody will let him do it now. I don't know. He's
Uh,
disgraced.
I think in a few years we'll see.
the internet
everybody
will
come
let
back.
you do anything.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Well, I hope
We're
that.
still on the
For
air.
a little bit.
I still hope Louis C.K. comes back. I mean, I just
Yeah,
think
he
this is-
will. He'll make it come
Well,
back.
I looked at it a little bit. This is some Indica, if anybody wants.
Wow.
I think he'll make a comeback.
I looked at. I was reading it a little bit more in depth, and most of those accusers or whatever.
Al Franken or
No,
Louis?
Louis. Most of them gave him consent. One of them felt bad about it later. Oh, that's that.
Oh, I was like,
It's
just a preview. Okay.
and they just felt shitty about it later on, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
That's not a crime, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well,
And
Matt
he
was telling me
didn't- he
Doug
said that
Stanhope
he-
was jerked. He jerked
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
in
he
front
jerked
of
out
Doug
in front of Stanhope.
and I guess
Bingo.
the one on the one that he called and allegedly masturbated while he was on the phone with her.
When
It
is that
either
ever been
wasn't
illegal?
proven or. Yeah. But he was like, "Yeah, I did. It was just creepy."
I mean, whenever I masturbate on the phone with somebody, it's not like I'm trying to be sexual with them. I'm just masturbating, and you call
Right.
me.
Yeah, you
Or I'm like, or I need a
Exactly.
pizza. Like, yeah, what's going on? yeah, I want to have a pepperoni pizza, but instead of pepperoni, I want mushrooms.
Yeah, it's always a fun game trying to
Maybe
be a-
that's why these assholes, when they call us, they get so distracted.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
When you call someone and you're masturbating, you trying to be quiet, or are you trying to like let them know that you're like fapping along?
Oh no, I
Depends
don't want
who it is,
anybody to
right?
know. Like you might
Nah,
call
just trying to
me.
be quiet.
You know, I remember. Have I ever told you my 9/11 story? How I found out about 9/11?
Sorta, I don't remember.
Well,
that.
anyway,
I think
so
I've
I
heard
was
it.
lying in bed. I was fondling myself, and my phone starts ringing. I answer the phone. It's my father. And he was like, "Hey, fucking Christ! Do you see what just happened in New York?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" He was like, "Turn on the TV," and I turn on the TV. I'm like, "Holy shit, this is crazy!" So, what are you wearing,
He didn't call me.
Daddy?
He didn't call me. He
Well,
must have heard
I
you
answered-
masturbating.
Yeah, I answered it because we had the same phone line.
Oh, that was
back
a
in those days.
landline.
Yeah, this was 20
Yeah,
years
landline.
ago.
Jesus.
I answered the phone.
Oh, that was the days.
Yeah.
Oh, having a landline. Those were the days.
Oh yeah, because that's how I woke up.
You didn't have
that
to
day.
answer the phone ever.
Yeah, and you could listen to other people's conversations.
You
in the
could just
household.
not be home for the day,
Yep.
and
You just
Yeah,
take it
not-
off the hook.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't answer my phone.
Or
a
if you
lot.
just didn't want
I
to talk
don't
to
answer
someone,
my
you
phone
just
now.
Don't
I
have to
usually
answer the door.
don't.
I almost never
Well,
answer.
they're not really
Yeah,
phones
actually,
anymore.
it's kind of weird. I
frankly.
get pissed when people call me. I'm like, dude, just text me. What the
Frankly, our phones are way worse, anyways.
fuck? Like,
Well, they don't work as phones.
Aren't
No,
they-
they suck as phones.
aren't
is
they
what
like
I'm
actually
saying.
about the same, like quality, like sound wise? I think I've heard that. I think I
No.
heard like a Radio Lab on that or something. Like,
I swear, our
Since,
old
like, the
phones
90s?
sounded better.
yeah, it's either that. It might have gone down, and that might have been what the cast was about. But
I can't even listen to my voicemails on this piece of shit fucking iPhone.
they do
Like,
everything
I-
but talk on the phone. Good.
Yeah, they did to fuck up voicemail for just everything, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
voicemail sucks.
Like since when it went to the wayside, like now I have like ads in my fucking voicemail. and,
Really?
Yeah.
all
Oh,
kinds of
no.
stupid shit, and like they try and upcharge like
We can text you your
yeah,
voicemail.
you can text your voicemail, or you can fucking it'll read me it or some. Or I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's
I don't
stupid.
know. It's stupid, but
That's weird. I don't care for it.
And all the phones come pre-installed with all that shit on it too.
yeah,
Yeah, our phones aren't phones.
they're
Yeah.
computers. They're little computers.
There, I switched it. We're still the number one PP cast in America.
I mean,
Fucking, how many minutes are we in? 12 minutes running, 10 minutes running, whatever it is.
Remember when you used to have to count your minutes on a cell phone too?
I never did. I never missed my minutes.
Call me back after 9.
well, I never talked to anybody.
Well, at first I was all prepaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just ran out. It was fine. Which is fine now.
So tasty. Tangy Ghost Train.
So, speaking of Trump, even though
No.
that was like 10 minutes ago, now I'm
Sativa.
good.
Sativa alert.
Today I went to a military funeral.
Oh shit!
It's not my first one. It's about my third one, I think.
They do like the whole gun salute and everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's just crazy.
But the real weird thing is,
Military.
luckily I don't know any of these people and they don't know me. It was Kay. She used to work for a clown painting faces. And so it was a clown's military funeral. So it was really weird. It was really, really weird. I was really happy
make
I
that
went.
shit up.
I really, really happy I went.
Yeah,
Because first of all, the people were so weird and cool. Because I mean, you can't be a fucking clown or
Be a
magician without being a fucking weirdo. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like, I mean, it's just a norm. The good thing about military funerals, it's good and bad, is there's so many of them that you got it. That shit's moving. Like you get like 10 minutes. They're like, all right, say your shit, get the fuck out of here,
That's hilarious.
and we're gonna kick you out if you don't.
Yeah.
So we show up and they make you stay in the staging area, and then I show up. And I forget that I'm not around my family, so my usual shit talking is just starting.
Right.
And I'm all just like, look at that idiot over there. Look at that guy. And like one of the things I say right away is, look, there was a car that was open, that they had the ashes in there, and I didn't realize it. And like the military, it was like a Malibu. You think it would be like a fucking, like a nice car or something.
Right,
so
right.
the
No, they don't
military
get paid that
guys,
well anymore.
Government issued Malibu.
it had
Yeah.
government plates.
Mm-hmm.
Government plates. So the guys walk over there.
Those cars will run forever. I didn't do an oil change for like fucking 2 years or something like that.
I remember. I remember your Malibu. That thing lasted
Yeah,
forever.
dude.
Just pee in the engine. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's such a horrible way to treat a car.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I ran that.
I don't
thing.
think
Doing
you got
change for
oil
like 2
change on
years.
your
They
first
still gave
car
me
ever.
$1,000 for it too.
Sure, I did. I was good at oil changes.
On the Honda?
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Was it Bobby that was always like, I wouldn't get an oil change?
That was
The
when
fuck
I.
is that?
That was in my
Idiot.
I give up on life stage, you know, and that's how I was like, no,
There you
no
go.
more oil changes for the car because I'm depressed.
Exactly. So the first thing I noticed is the Malibu with the doors open.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm whispering to Kay, look at these fucking idiots leaving the door open in the Malibu. And then, I don't know why I was bothered by it, but I was. Look at these fucking morons in their Malibu.
You're quite
Doors.
particular.
And then, so then the guys who do the honors, the funeral honors, they always make the young kids do it. That's like their first like shitty thing is funeral duty. I've noticed it all of them. They just, the little kids. So they send them out there and they're doing their thing and they walk up to the Malibu and I'm like, oh yeah. Well.
That's why.
And they just pull this box out of the back seat. And then the guy's like, they make them do that weird walk. I was thinking about all these little rituals.
Yeah, what the fuck? And
I
why do
think-
they still do it? Like, I would just be like,
I don't think that's how it started. Like, if you think about the military, do you think their first thing was like, we got to learn how to fucking fold this flag real good?
like
You know what I mean?
They made
Yeah.
a handbook of rituals to
And
like.
I bet they used it as tourniquets and all kinds of shit back in the day.
I think it was just fucking a lot of peacetime, and they're like, we got to get these fucking kids doing something. Here, go fucking fold that flag, you asshole. And that shit better be fucking perfect. You
It'd
know
be
what I
interesting
mean?
to know whenever that all came into play.
Go fold that flag, yeah.
Because they do that, like, they take your folded flag and then they,
You can fold it a special way too.
well,
right?
they take it apart and then fold it again in front of the family.
It has
but-
like its own unique like fold though, right? The flag.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they
it's
do like the,
Like a
triangle.
or
yeah, like that thing up
Oh
there.
yeah, nice. Okay.
Do you know why it's a 21 gun salute?
Nope.
George Washington was really into blackjack. Eee, boy, I got you, boys.
That's pretty good. I like it.
That's pretty good.
But that's all I could think about this whole time. Is these poor kids, like, they make them, I bet you, hours and hours and hours
sure
of practice.
That's a whole week's exercise is learning one of those stupid fucking ritual
And
things
it's like-
fucking.
And I'm looking at them and like, don't you know what's going on in the world? They got these poor kids folding flags, and then next week they're gonna go fucking be shooting something.
Why not? Well, what happens, like in World War II, when there's 500,000 dead?
Exactly.
Is there really you?
That was a good
you're
year
really
for
gonna-
flags.
Yeah, I
You
know.
fold
you
that many
really-
flags?
Hell yeah, they will. But so I started looking around because I have ADD, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I'm just looking around and I see this fucking kid. And he annoyed me and he was my hero at the same time because
Annoyed me in my ear.
he showed up. He's wearing like, dirty pants, like a shitty, like ripped up hoodie, and his hair is all fucking matted, and he's just like fucking stoned out of his mind. I'm like, come on, man, fucking, you're all right,
Respect.
though. Yeah,
You're all right.
I'm like,
Get
I'm
your
like,
act together.
"Get you piece of
Don't do
shit."
it. Don't do it.
Don't do it,
I
pal.
like who you are.
So like throughout the whole time, I'm like hating this kid and liking him at the same time because he looked like trash. And then at the reception, he fell asleep in the corner.
Oh man.
I'm like, what the hell are you on, kid? Let's go fucking behind the thing.
Where can I get some?
So then they do the gun salute, and these young kids, they obviously used blanks, or else I would have been fucking dead. Because the kid like slipped on the last one, and it faced all of us, and I'm like the only one
Wait,
watching
doesn't
it.
the blank still shoot though?
It's
I thought it just
like
didn't
a
have
poof.
gunpowder.
No. It's
okay.
gunpowder without the.
Oh, interesting.
It's the other way around.
Gotcha.
So it makes the bang.
Just okay, that makes sense.
And I'm looking over, and the fucking rifle's facing right at me, and I'm looking like, no one's just like, yeah, whatever, man. And then pop. I'm like, I think I just died. But
That's fucked up shit.
yeah.
Well, pretty soon is that whole gun salute thing. It's not. It's just going to be some. They're going to play a country song, and some fat guy without a shirt's going to
the
shoot an AK. At
We're gonna have the 21 drone salute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
America's
Wow.
garbage. Do you want another Guinness or do you want?
I'm gonna go to this for now.
Of course, it would be America where someone fucking died at a funeral because of the fucking
A
goddamn-
military
I've
funeral.
heard
Yeah.
military funeral because of the goddamn 21.
Yeah,
gun
that would be.
salute. I would.
That's here.
Well, and I'm sure
That's
like the
totally
real hard
America.
because we went to one in Arlington. I wonder if they had real bullets.
Yeah.
I bet if it's like a general
Our
or something
grandfather
crazy. Yeah.
is at Arlington, and they did like the full 21. I think there was actually 21 dudes.
I don't know though. 'cause
Yeah, it was weird.
At this one, it was like a little
Then they
lesser version.
They have Russian spies strategically placed on the other end that need to be
Now
killed.
they're just doing
Yeah,
ads
yeah.
in the cemetery, Russian ads.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Even better.
Well,
Mine was
then-
kind of stupid and far fetched.
So the thing's over. I lived. I thought I was gonna die, and I shake this fellow's hand, and apparently, it was like a guy who was obsessed with Kay a long time ago, and I didn't know it.
Oh shit!
Nice.
And he kept doing these weird fucking things throughout the rest of the day. He's like, "You remember that date we went on? I bet that was the best year of your life."
What?
This is 15, 16 years later.
Oh my goodness, dude!
And I'm like, holy shit. I'm
Like,
like, am I
give
supposed
it
to be
up.
mad now? Like, I'm not
Dude.
that kind of guy, but
It's
You
so
should have fucked
weird.
with him. You should have been like,
I
hey,
wasn't nice
will
to
you
him after that.
will you fuck my wife in front of me?
It's so weird when someone
Can
brings
I
up,
please? Sweet, dude.
That'll be
And just beat his ass.
Yeah.
It's so weird when someone apologizes for something they did in high school. It's like, dude, we're 30 something, man. Like,
Yeah.
what are you fucking doing? Like,
Yeah.
you still think about that?
Well, it
time?
depends on what it's
fucking
like,
crazy.
Well, if you raped him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, sorry about that.
You remember I rubbed my hard dick on you for a while?
That was not
Sorry,
nice.
I was a teenager.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot better
It's just
now.
strange what people get hung up on. You know, whatever.
Well, I can't remember a fucking thing, man. I don't remember
Yeah,
anything
no,
from
yeah,
high
it's-
school.
Well,
Frankly,
I
I,
mean-
think that's a defense mechanism.
I'm defensive.
That's how you can live longer.
Yeah.
Let's
Because if you
cycle
dwell
it-
on every shitty thing you ever did,
Yeah.
I think I fit in fairly well with everybody. I never got picked on or anything like that.
yeah.
And I didn't. I mean, I guess I hung out with dirtbags and crap like that, but I pretty freely roamed amongst other groups. I didn't.
It's because we were drug addicts.
Yeah.
Drug addicts always get along with
Druggies always
everybody.
have the best.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
the best
yeah.
high school experience for sure.
It's true because,
Yeah.
like, I did both. I was sober the first couple years, and then I was stoned the second. The second couple years, I hung out with everybody because everybody wanted to get fucking high, you know.
It's weird.
But one more thing about the funeral, like her grandfather's getting moved to this particular cemetery in Colorado, and so we had to go to this administration office. And we walk in, the first thing I see is this giant fucking picture of President Trump on the wall.
Oh
Oh,
god.
and it's the worst fucking picture ever. He's like sneering, like fucking, like, I am the boss.
Yeah.
And that's when it really sunk in. And I was like, holy shit, this really fucking sucks. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the military. They're supposed to have that shit up. And then I think there was a general next to him with somebody else I couldn't recognize. But the picture, it was like seriously like a Star Wars, like, I'm the commander. Like the shading was weird. Ugh. And I didn't have my phone on me. That's the first thing I wanted to do was fucking take a picture.
Well, that's the thing is that there's a bunch of people that are working within the administration that are working a certain way to portray it a certain way too. I think you know what I mean. Like,
sure.
like as far as like the image of it and stuff, because it seems like a lot of the stuff is like pretty harrowing. You know what I mean? Like any like the images they put out of like him and, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Yeah.
somebody's full-time job, and they get paid a lot.
Yep.
So
Huh?
you set out good pictures and shit. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like making them look good.
or I
Make him
guess.
look presidential or
Yeah,
it's
but-
like-
And frankly, they're doing a great job. Because imagine if they weren't there.
yeah.
How bad this shit would
No,
be.
I know it. Well, I remember. I'll never
Yeah.
forget my father or my grandfather's funeral when they, my grandfather. He was, he was over there in Japan, killing
Military
Japanese,
men.
something like that.
Yeah.
And so they had some military people there, and then at the end of the funeral they had the flag and they folded up all
Yeah,
crazy.
same deal.
And they handed it to my father, and they said, "On behalf of the President of the United States, we'd like to give you this." And my father made it. His face just went blank, and he spit right in the guy's face. And they grabbed the flag and he threw it on the ground and said, "I don't want nothing from that Trump."
You better believe it.
I wish that was a true story.
Well, he did.
That's
I mean,
pretty close.
it was.
except for
I mean,
the-
when they said on behalf of the President of the United States,
He goes,
my
"Not
dad's
my-"
face. I mean, like his eyes went wide, and he was just it was like I don't think I want a thing from the President of the United States.
Just leave him out of this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Why are you
and
just
our aunt
merging-
was really happy. Hell yeah, I love that Trumpador. So Nana
Trumpador.
was Barack Obama, huh?
What's that?
Nana was Barack
Barack.
Obama. But
Yeah,
she
but
didn't get a
she-
flag, right?
She wasn't. She was an elevator.
I thought they
operator.
made you.
She
Are you
was in
serious?
the
Well, like-
military. Yeah, she was
Oh,
like.
okay.
She
I was
talked
like-
about if I didn't like somebody, I would make the elevator go just a little bit lower and try to trip them on the way out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my grandmother's service to America.
Oh, that's fucking fun. That's fantastic,
I
dude.
tripped 3,000 people.
That's actually a great story.
She was
If they didn't tip me,
the most vindictive person I ever met. It was great.
Oh my god! If I had to tip someone every time I went in a fucking elevator,
I don't know if the tipping thing I might have made up. I don't
No,
know,
but still,
Or shit, like even like
That's a-
Oregon and
that's a
shit, when
thing
they still have,
somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, you can't
gas,
tip an
you can't
elevator
even pump
person.
gas without-
They push those buttons good,
They
Mark.
probably just gave you a chestnut or something in those days.
nah, I think they're
It's
like
fucking.
they're like more of like an added layer of security, or like something you can leave something with someone and they can give it to someone else when they, you know what I mean?
Well, they had to pull
I was
a
just
lever
thinking
then.
about it.
Yeah, the lever.
He was a drug dealer.
Could you imagine the year automatic elevators came out? The disarray?
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet.
Those
shit.
people must have been
Had
throwing
to be.
fits. What do you mean?
What kind of economic? Yeah, what did they turn into? The bellhop.
That's how the Great Depression happened.
That's
true.
Ticker
There were so many elevator operators.
Yep. mm-hmm.
That's what turned America.
Mm-hmm.
Ruined everything.
America.
We're
That's
gonna go
so-
to
Oh, that was the
another-
other shitty thing. While I'm slowly thinking about it and stuff coming back. The way they treat the wives of these people is real crappy at those military places.
military wives
At
are always
first,
treated like
they
shit.
have your headstone. Whoever dies first, so say the wife died first, who wasn't in the military. They face it proper, but when the husband dies, they turn it around, make it face the other direction. They don't put their last name, and they put his wife.
Wow.
No
Interesting.
fucking joke.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, these people's complete identity is stripped. And then the front's like, Colonel Spaghetti Man in the Vietnam, Persian Gulf.
That's crazy shit.
And then it gives them like, this guy was a good guy. His wife is back there. Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Was
Oh, that's good.
was Cliff in when
I guess.
Judy was in
Oh, yeah.
doing that? Yeah, was he just making faces the whole time? Or was-
Yeah, no one. We have a special talent with that Judy.
Mm.
We're the only people that can tolerate. We don't tolerate her, but we don't. Well,
You know how to like,
we don't puke in
corral
our
her.
mouth
yeah.
anymore.
yeah. Well, she knows the bearded stink apparently. I was
Yeah,
told.
so Judy. is-
she was ran up to it. Well, you
Yeah.
call it other.
No, yeah, she knew the bearded stink.
Oh wow,
But of course she did.
Yeah.
that makes
Because if
sense.
anybody doesn't know Judy Pumpkin, she's one level below the bearded stink.
Wow.
She's so awful and she's disgusting.
I didn't think it was
Yeah,
possible to
mine-
go below the
I seen her
360.
titty
no.
once.
Oh.
Really?
Oh man,
Ah.
I don't know how that happened.
Why did I just imagine
Actually,
it?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, me too.
It was just
not as
We're
wrinkly as
terrible.
I
it
thought,
was
though.
caked in egg yolk.
I was expecting that. Her tit was pristine.
It was pristine.
No,
That's a
I would have
nice.
suckled
but-
on it.
That's a nice tit for a pumpkin.
like I've never, I've never ever seen her without food or something stuck to her face or her shirt.
God.
Her hair is just gross, matted
Yeah.
mess. But she obviously found a shirt that didn't fit her properly, and it was a button shirt.
Oh, my
and have you ever seen it when a shirt's too big on a button shirt? So
Yeah.
like the button, and then there's a.
Right.
It was a clear titty shot, and after that point, she wasn't wearing no bra.
I just imagine like the Jackass skits whenever like they would go out with the old ladies and let their tits fall out. Everybody freaks out.
Yeah, you don't want to
Actually,
see that.
As long as we're talking about my sexual hero, Judy Pumpkin, I've got a poem she wrote.
Oh,
you
get the
have it?
poem?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got it.
this is your Christmas poem.
Nice.
Here. Ever since I was a little girl, inside my nose has been stuck a pearl. However hard I try to blow it out, it stays remained inside my snout. Jesus 1, Jesus 2, Jesus Christ a handsome Jew. Relieve me of the sinus stone. It hurts so bad I have to moan.
Wow.
There, that's Judy's
I
Christmas
like
poem
it.
of the year.
I like it.
That's pretty good. I like that. And how did you acquire this poem? She left it there for you, or
Well, she always sends a poem every year, but I forgot the
Oh.
poem, so I wrote.
He just made that
I
one.
wrote a poem for
I
her.
like it. I like it.
Yeah.
That's,
The original's better.
is it?
Her version.
Well, what's that? It's
Does she really do
Coors
that?
Yeah, she
Brewery.
did. Yeah, this every year she does a different one.
Oh no.
Dude,
Do you
it's
ever-
great.
do you
It's,
remember-
it's at our restaurant hanging.
Yeah, she was like, Coors Brewery is a smelly place. It smells so good, and the mountains are great. And then it's something
Oh,
like
that's
pretty much
great.
like that.
Shit. Yeah, you
Hold
have to
on,
bring
no.
it next week or send it in.
Yeah,
and
you definitely-
email it.
the real
Oh,
one.
we have an email too.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Well, hold on though.
Do you remember when I
My
used
brother's
to do the?
fake poem there, he's fucking making fun of me. I put a pearl in my nose.
I forgot
I was a
he
kid.
literally did have a
Like a real pearl?
I put one in my nose. That's how I figured out. That's how I learned how to blow my nose.
A pearl
I put a pearl in my nose.
from a necklace or something.
I don't know. I still
was at the-
remember it. It's very
was it
vivid
at the Gil
memory.
Martin's?
This has to. No, I was at home.
Was it home?
How long was
This
it up
has
there?
to be not long, but that's that's one of my earliest memories. Somebody was asking me what your earliest memories were.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
He was asking us.
So I was fucking around in the drawer, the junk drawer, and I saw this pearl, and I was, how boys are like, oh, you look at it, like
right.
like making some fight scene or something in my head. And I'm like, oh, little boy! And I put it right up my fucking nostril. I still remember this. And I breathed in, and it like fucking shut off the one side's, it didn't go all the way in.
Yeah.
And so I'm like freaking the fuck out, and my mom's like, blow, blow. And I'm like sucking in like a fucking idiot.
He's like,
Is that blow, mom? Is that blow, mom? I still remember that. And then I figured out the opposite action finally.
All right.
Because,
that's
that was
fantastic.
because young boys are
Stupid.
some of the stupidest things in
Oh,
all
yeah,
of the
yeah.
world.
No, yeah, for sure.
They're the dumbest goddamn
well,
things.
I'd say kids in general, but yeah.
Boys especially. We're
I've-
just like running around making noises for fucking
Uh.
most our life. But the first 5 years especially, we're just like throwing dirt and like making noises. And the one kid upstairs, the nephew's made his own language now. Pretty much. I don't think it's quite like that. But finally I figured out how to fucking shoot it. I shot it the air the opposite direction, the actual blow,
Good job.
and
And
it
it came
shot
out.
right out.
Oh,
yeah.
it came out.
So he started
Good.
just putting a pearl in his nose every day, and he'd go down to the grocery store and just, I want a cookie.
Well, I have two.
That's one of my earliest memories. Is my dad worked at King Soopers. When we go down there, they give me a cookie.
Yeah.
I don't know if they
So
gave all
you're
the
like
kids
just
cookies.
pushing everybody out of the way.
No, they
with
gave
my-
all like it was.
Yeah, I
There
think
was a
it
little
was-
sign that said
Well, that was after us. We were pioneers.
Yeah, we
they're the
started it.
pioneers, man.
They're like, we need free cookies for
And they had-
everybody.
These probably don't exist anymore. Remember they had like pink cherry cookies?
Oh yeah, I love those.
hell,
things.
those
no, they
great.
still have them.
They still have them?
Oh yeah.
Do they?
See, they
And
got
they're
to
the
I
shit.
got to
Must
get a
not be
vegan
vegan,
recipe
yeah.
for that.
Oh yeah, because
those
there's
are my
probably all kinds
favorites.
of like red number 40 in there or some shit.
Yeah.
probably.
Well, no, there's probably
Red-
butter and milk. I don't care about that.
Red 41,
But this month,
bro.
did you? Speaking of Red 40, you guys got your food dye for Dog Dick December?
Nope.
No.
Oh God, you got to fucking dye your dick red.
Oh,
really?
for Dog
It's
Dick
fucking
December.
yeah.
Oh, actually, dog
This
dick.
sounds great.
Yeah, it's-
Why don't we
yeah.
have music for this?
You're raising
Why
money.
is this not a Facebook trend?
We're raising money
Yeah.
for dog
I got
dicks.
Papa's pee-pee. That's not
dicks.
dog dick pee-pee.
For every dog dick, for every man that makes his dick a dog's
Hey,
dick.
I've been trying to
a lot of
think of
ding
ways.
dongs.
You know, me and my wife been together a long time.
13
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
spice it up.
Yeah, I was thinking I got to spice it up. So
Dog
I'm going to
dick
go at her with a
December.
red dick.
If you really want to spice it up, you could probably use some hot sauce, and it'd be hot and red.
No,
And then we'll spend the rest of the
I
night
like it.
in
You
the
just put it
emergency room.
Put it in beet juice. Your dick needs vitamins.
Wow.
That's right.
Keratin.
Ugh.
It does a dick good. That's what. Yeah.
It does do
I'm gonna
a dick
start a
good.
new beet campaign. Keratin. It does a dick good.
Yeah.
I'm going to dye my dick. That's a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Dye
gonna
your
dye my
dick.
dick.
I'm going to dye my
gonna
dick.
Dye my dick red and green for the holidays.
I
And
can-
imagine if there's like, that's the only time I could schedule a physical or something. So the doctor's like, what the fuck's wrong with
or
you,
you
man?
get like in a car accident, and they have to
Just-
like cut off your underwear.
yeah,
and
and
then
your
they see
dick's
your-
like dyed all these different colors.
I do
It's
it.
like, come on, man.
I would
You're a
like-
fucking adult. Leave your pecker alone.
I want a red and green motif for Christmas. If I did that,
Do it.
I'd
Put some-
If
one ball
Just do-
red,
just
one
you
ball
need to
green.
do the red dick and the green bush.
Maybe
Well,
Dye your-
yeah, you
dye your
can
bush
just
green.
get some Easter grass and staple it around your dick,
I have a
and then you
electric
get
stapler.
the Easter
Real
egg
nice
dye,
Yeah.
and then you just go around with your hands on your waist and. You lift up and then you dip your balls in the Easter egg sauce. And
See,
then,
you
you know,
can make it a family event.
I like this.
my poor daughter's never going to have a normal life because, I mean, number
Well,
one,
you're her dad.
I'm her dad, but like, you know, like, I mean, I'm like at Christmas, but like Santa Claus is, no, we're not doing this
Yeah,
thing.
we're not
Somebody
doing
was
that.
mad at you the other day because who the hell was it?
I don't remember. It was like, oh,
You're
hell,
gonna send it to school when everybody else think there's Santa Claus and your daughter don't think there's no Santa
I'm
Claus.
like, fuck yes, I am. I'm not pulling this crap.
Fuck.
But she's
no.
never
You want me to
gonna
lie to my kid?
Yeah, you start off with a fucking like major lie to your kid, like right off the bat.
I remember.
Like,
you know what I
Jesus
mean?
Christ is your Lord and Savior.
I remember being pissed whenever I found out there wasn't a Santa at
Right.
my parents. I was like, "What the fuck, ma?"
That's a weird
or
lie.
the Easter Bunny, or all
Yeah,
this
all
weird,
that shit.
all this weird shit. The
And
Tooth Fairy.
frankly-
why?
Isn't parenting like trying to get your kid to kind of respect you slightly?
Yeah.
And wouldn't it be pretty
Yeah.
respectful?
I
if,
buy
like,
these motherfucking gifts.
Yeah,
you
if the
rat
kid's like,
motherfucker.
no, what I'm saying is they would respect you a lot.
I think
if
it's
they
funny.
Knew you were buying them presents.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
To this day,
They're like, hey,
to this
Fuck
day,
you,
though,
I
And
want
maybe
that-
they really would be.
to this day around
Like-
Christmas, my mom will send me gifts, and like
Yeah.
there'll still be one that'll be like from Santa.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
mom.
you should send it back if you weren't greedy.
No,
Like,
because it's usually the best gift.
No, and then they're like, don't you want your child's childhood to be magical?
their
I'm like,
brain-
well, they're idiots. They don't. It's gonna be magical because their brain is wired
Yeah.
stupid.
Right.
that's just what I was saying. That's why I stuck that pearl in my nose.
Yeah,
That was the
Yeah.
funnest day I,
I mean,
had
that
in a
was
long
the
time.
You want to I mean, they'll find magic. They'll eat it.
They got Harry Potter.
There'll be plenty of shit.
My little girlfriend across the street ate a handful of quarters.
Handful.
Who? Denise.
Debbie.
Debbie. That's right.
That was the first. It's not a big deal because I was the same age. All right, that's the first naked girl I ever saw,
Nice.
and I was like fucking 6.
I
I mean, non-family member naked. I should say.
Right.
yeah.
I used to eat quarters all the time when I was a kid. That's one of my earliest memories.
still
I'm just
got
I
Yeah.
don't think I did anything crazy.
That's
like
a
that.
saving.
they're probably still in me.
It's a savings thing.
I know.
But I went to
When I
the.
die, cut me open, Willie.
That's for the kid.
I'm full of quarters. I'm like a zoo seal.
You wouldn't get that joke, would you?
No.
He's a little too young.
You have to be a Denver boy.
Yeah,
to-
you gotta be a true Denver boy for that because they had this sign at the Denver Z at the Z.
Z. Denver Zoo.
Why
Did
did
that?
it say- why did I say the Denver
That
Z?
seal was at our place, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. There's
Steal
this-
it?
No, all the assholes were feeding it coins.
Yeah, people were throwing coins like a wishing well type thing.
Wait,
The
hold
seal
on.
That's
was
what
fucking
humans
eating
do.
it.
Hold on. Is this because South Park did something kind of like
Yeah,
that?
yep,
where
from
that is
that.
that actually what they were making fun of?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because
Because this is like whenever I was in
You can
Missouri
go see
watching
it
South
to
Park.
this day.
That's
yeah,
great.
there's still the sign at the Denver.
You could go there right now and look
Denver
at
Z.
I mean, it's closed. But yeah, it's that little fucking. Hey, the humans are idiots because we were throwing quarters at it or whatever. Hey, give me my wish, you idiot! What the fuck's your problem? And then the seal was eating them all.
So he's an idiot too.
Yep. So his belly got filled with coins, and there's a picture of his
Dead.
ripped open belly.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Full of coins.
Yeah, you can see like part of the stomach and shit. Yeah.
And that's
Who,
why
who gets that money? Does
That's
it
why-
go to the zoo or
veganism's not just a diet. It's also not feeding quarters to seals.
Ah.
That's a spectacle. We got to do that to the.
Speaking of veganism, have you seen that Memphis Meats?
Oh, that's what I was telling him about.
You can buy lab-grown meat now.
Oh,
I
really?
looked at the website; it wasn't for sale yet.
Oh, really? Rogan was talking about it like it was for
Well,
sale.
it probably is for him. Us
Interesting.
regular
I want some
folk.
lab-grown human meat.
Yeah, they opened a restaurant in China that's selling human meat.
I thought that got debunked.
Oh, really? Maybe
Yeah.
I just didn't see the debunk.
I love human meat.
I would eat lab-grown human meat. Why not?
Speaking of
See what it
vegan,
tastes like.
What's the difference?
I almost called 104.3 the fan today.
Oh, they're gonna say almost called it quits.
No. They're seriously, and this is the day after Demaryius Thomas has the best goddamn game of the year.
Right.
And they're sitting there going, he lost a step because he's vegan now. How's he got any protein? How's he getting any protein? So I literally looked up their number and I'm starting to text them right when they're saying, "Oh, they're fucking killing me" on the text line. Everybody's like, "You're an idiot," and they're like, "No, look at, I'm just saying that why you got sharp teeth if you don't want to eat meat." And I'm like, "Go fucking track down a deer and kill it with your teeth."
Yeah, it eats.
Yes,
You fucking moron.
Go check down a
you
deer,
fucking
eat it with your
lunge
teeth.
at it
Look,
with your dumb
yeah,
jaw.
you fucking kill it with your teeth right now.
Impossible.
You could strangle a deer.
Yeah.
Fuck. Even then, I don't think you have to be strong enough.
What's
No.
wrong with those
Strangle
deer's
a deer. They're
fucking dumb
maybe
legs?
a female baby deer.
You got to snap their
But-
neck.
Yeah.
I think it would outpower you.
Those legs don't
Well,
seem to do
well,
the right
how
job.
the fuck do you think before tools were made with early
Right,
hominids
right.
and stuff like that? What do you think they were eating?
They bludgeoned and shit to death.
Fucking vegetable. Yeah,
Yeah, but they
whatever
didn't-
they could find.
Before they had tools.
Well,
yeah, they
I've
probably
actually heard a study on this that says we were insecticides.
They might.
We ate a
I'm
bunch
sure
of
that they
insects.
ate insects. They probably ate the dead bodies of stuff.
Yeah.
But they also, I guess, when they've looked at the diets, a lot of stuff. It was mainly fruit.
Yeah, I imagine.
It was
Just
just
whatever you could
Because
fucking get.
it's there.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to really cook meat,
Well,
Yeah.
you know what, man? Like,
soften that shit.
Although I don't know if it's true, but I have heard you can like eat a deer like if it's fresh, like you don't have to cook
Yeah,
it.
but try ripping
that-
through its skin with
yeah,
your
it's gotta
mouth.
be gross.
I
No,
like
I don't
shit
think you
that I
could
don't
do
have
it.
to cook, man.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
think I
there's
could.
I
like,
agree.
like the raw diet seems very appealing to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Like
You just have a
the
bunch
raw
of
deer diet.
yeah,
I have Lyme disease.
Oh no, I can eat raw.
it's incurable.
yeah, no, man. But like, nuts and berries and shit. I'm all about that.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's. I think that's like the main.
Have you ever heard of G bombs?
Hell yes.
Yeah, I
have.
did that to a girl once.
Wait, was it G?
Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds.
Interesting.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, like that's like yeah,
I won't do it because it's named, but I eat all those things pretty regularly.
the G bombs.
No, dude, because it's named.
Did you ever go to the store? Hey man, was them G bombs? And they're like, "Could you go? Get out of here."
Where's them G bombs at, dog?
The dumpster, go away.
Like I have my hat sideways and shit, and it's already flat built, so I'm already. Like,
they would know what
super-
it is too at fucking Whole Foods.
They would.
Do you know how? Every time I go to Whole Foods, they
Yeah,
look
they
at my
would.
food and like inspect it, like, oh,
Oh.
I haven't tried this.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
true.
hello.
That's hilarious.
Hey, buddy, what is that you got there? And I'm like, fucking, I gotta go to work.
There's this guy.
I got no time because I have bad time management anymore.
That is so funny.
And they're like, oh, I heard those are good. And I'm like, these? And they're like, no, those. I wouldn't eat those other things. Those are trash.
Yeah. No, I got like whenever I buy that false jerky. What's it called?
Yeah.
And then
I don't
I
know
always
the
get the
name.
same guy.
I
It's
just
like,
know
I love this jerky. I love it. I won't pay for it. It's $7 a bag, but I love it so much. Oh my god!
It is a little overpriced.
Yeah, it's for just fucking soy in a bag, but I'll eat it. Anyway.
I do. I buy it all the
I
time.
always buy it.
I don't give a shit. It is overpriced for most people, though.
So what is it?
Fake.
I know, but what is
It's
it
so
made
good.
out of?
It's probably wheat and soy. Is
It's
my
probably
guess.
the closest thing I've to.
Jerky. Well,
regular
have you ever
jerky.
had that China jerky I get from Nooch sometimes?
Is that what it's called? China jerky.
no,
Great
no.
Wall of China jerky.
No, it's just
2,000 years in the making.
well, it's just no. I don't know. I don't even know what language that they write. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, I have had. See, that makes more sense. The one with the China writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
China writing. And what are these snacks? These are jerky snacks?
Yeah, it's
from
jerky.
China. They're
Well,
probably made out of
fuck.
hemp.
It's probably
That's true.
it's probably Korean or Japanese.
Anything from China
It might be
scares me.
Thai or Mongolian.
Those vegan jerkies are pretty damn good.
Have you ever seen like the Chinese blue egg? Like
What?
they like genetically like make eggs because I guess it's cheaper than to have chickens.
Because there's
or
18
whatever.
billion of
Yeah,
them.
they've done all kinds of crazy shit. They have blue hams. They have all kinds of crazy shit.
Blue
Get the
ham.
blue ham, baby,
That they
on your
make
way
over
home
there.
from work.
And they make it out of like, but they've like proven like they've shown it and stuff. They make it out of like raw sewage and stuff. It's
Oh, why
interesting.
not? You gotta do
It's
something
really
with it.
gross, but
What do you
these
want
blue
for-
eggs over
What
there.
do you want for dinner tonight, Ling Ling?
China scares.
I'll have the
fuck
blue
out of me.
ham.
China scares the fuck out of me.
No, they're pretty leading in a lot of shit, though.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them, and they don't have the same beliefs as us.
I feel
That's
like
for
they
damn sure.
experiment a lot on their people.
Well, you got that many. Well, you can.
Right, but it's just crazy.
What do they think?
I saw this meme or something the other day.
They're just
Would you-
post-communist, basically, right?
Yeah, well, it's weird. It's one of those old
Well, it's
school
government controlled
societies.
business
Yeah.
and stuff, but I don't think the people. It's not for the people.
Yeah,
it's not
sure.
like a-
But as of now, they're starting to lead the world in like
Yeah.
cleanliness and stuff because they were real bad.
well, they got. I mean, they had to do something.
But it's
Those
they're more
cities
their
are
industrial
horrible.
revolution right
You
now.
quit seeing about all the fog in like Shanghai and stuff like, or all the smog.
Right.
Yeah.
It's starting to be more like in India where you see that. stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They have like the most solar powered shit.
Yeah, I have heard that.
Good for them.
Germany too. They're doing a lot of shit like that.
You know they're up to something.
Yeah, first world bastards.
Goddamn Germans.
Goddamn Germans.
So I saw this meme the other day that said, "Would you ever drink water that ever had poop in it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we all do."
Every water
Yep.
you've ever had.
Yeah, there's.
And I was like, you know, I wanted to write. It was one of those ones that are shared by a million people, and there's 10,000 comments. I just
Sure.
wanted to be like, yes, that's how it works. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
wanted to be like, hey, Brandon Stokely,
Even
it's
We
time
only
to
had,
eat some
like-
broccoli. You son of a bitch.
Who's that?
He's
he
on
was the guy
fan.
talking shit about the veganism.
No, he was actually sort of defending
Ah.
veganism, but it was the guy he's with, and I don't know his name.
I
was
found
very
out
upset.
last night.
Stokely.
That made me
and-
think of the football. The football. I watched the
football.
Steelers with the woman last night.
That game,
And
I was
normally-
so pissed off.
Yeah.
You know,
I know
I've
she
worked
was
Sunday. I've
happy.
worked Sundays since I've been with her.
Yeah.
I've never really been around her in a football situation. She's fucking psycho on the football.
Yeah.
I hear.
Flying around.
I can tell from her Facebook posts.
Yeah, she's
I'm like,
pretty-
oh.
She's like fucking punching shit and yelling and
I remember-
screaming. The animals are scared.
They're scared.
It
I
was
remember-
entertaining though.
I remember when I had the vigor for that.
Not me.
Yeah.
I've
Not anymore.
I've given it. I like to shout at the TV
Yeah.
a little bit, but not like I mean, but like jokingly. But that's one thing that I appreciate about Noemi. She's like big foosball fan and all that stuff like that. But after the Broncos lost 3 games in a row, she's like, I'm done with football for the year, so I'm just making cookies now.
The people that get like really
I
mad
kinda-
though, like Dante and Tartar and shit.
Oh, I love
Dude.
it.
It makes me laugh.
I
very
love
hard.
it. My favorite memory in my whole life is watching Matt Tartar freaking out at that football game.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
That
funny.
was-
Well, it's funny because everyone was all kind of happy today. Like they haven't got laid in
Yeah.
a long time.
Well, and I said that I was like, I fucking hope they win. I'm sick and tired of hearing our shitty customers
oh yeah.
fucking bitching like the Broncos had never sucked before.
Oh,
Dude, I got in an argument with a guy the other day. I was like, do you remember?
like any of the other years.
Well, think about before we went to our first Super Bowl. First of all, that's before us.
That was 77.
That was
I don't
almost
think
20
they ever had a
years.
winning record before that.
That's A. And then after that, the 80s, it was pretty shitty.
yeah.
I mean, we made it to some playoffs, and we made it to
Well, they got
nothing
killed in
like
3
this,
Super
dude.
Bowls.
This was like a.
What do you mean not like this? It's been 3 years.
Dude, we've never lost fucking.
What was
we've
our
never
worst
lost 8
season?
in a row.
What was
ever.
our worst season though?
Still.
Look it up, somebody.
It was that.
Broncos'
No.
worst season
We've never lost this
Well,
many
they
games
won more
in a row or
in,
ever.
in a row.
In a
but
row,
they went
yeah.
3 and
That
13
doesn't
when
mean
they got
anything to
Von
me.
Miller. Now they got 4 games.
In all 60 years,
yeah,
they've
so-
never
Yeah.
lost 8 games in a row.
yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
I was
no.
surprised by that.
Really?
Too. Yeah,
Not since. Yeah.
I think it's because the seasons were like.
But we've
11
definitely
games.
had-
So,
Yeah.
so they
Right.
won the 6th game, so it was impossible to. They've had way more losses than that they've had this year.
Sure.
Well, and then it brings up a point that I think I'm fucking right on, and I'm not a football boy.
Okay.
God damn it! This is like my legacy, my football legacy.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Just the way we grew up with football. I mean, it was a different game. It's completely different, but the way you grew a team was a lot different. Now it's all about now.
Yeah.
And
you
if
don't
somebody
perform,
doesn't perform, it's
they're out.
over.
Yeah. Like.
And then you don't build your team.
Well, what are we gonna
And
do?
I think that's a huge problem.
I'm thinking this
Sure.
is gonna be interesting though, because like now, like they're saying within like 5 years, human transplants are gonna be a thing of the past. We're gonna grow
What's
all.
that got to do with football?
Because we're gonna grow all these organisms. They're gonna be stronger. They're gonna be able to change your ACL with like it's something that's robotic.
at work?
or-
Yeah, that'd be
an-
awesome to
an
see.
ACL change.
how
will
are they
happen
gonna
at
deal with
halftime.
Hey,
that?
I would love that.
How
shit.
are they gonna deal with that in football?
Fucking
like-
sweet. Is they gonna have
Well,
like?
Are they
They're
gonna
gonna-
have like half robotic people,
no, they're
half
gonna-
not? Like
I hope
that's,
so.
I mean, that's a thing within 5 years.
Yeah,
for
let's have
sure.
robots play football. That's some human beings should be
I'm
playing.
in.
We should be
I'm
completely.
saying.
We should be completely replaced by
Who
robots.
can build the best robots to play football?
Well, then watch.
That's
Yeah,
what it should
it'll
be.
be like teams like Ferrari.
I don't think
and
it'd be like
stuff.
robots, but I mean, I'm serious. Like people will have like one robotic
You
leg
can't,
or some
you can't
shit.
picture like NASCAR where they fly up with
NASCAR.
then put his ACL and get him back out in the next.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Dude, that'd be
Yeah,
so awesome.
it's definitely
ACL
gonna
change
get
over
like-
halftime.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
this
they're,
is-
they're worried that football's going to end. Football's going to get way more violent and fucked up
Oh,
because
it's
it'll
gonna
be
be-
robots.
I want to see
Yeah.
like a 300 yard. Wait, it is 300 yards. No, it's 100 yards. 300. I'm thinking 300 feet. I want a 300-yard field and 4 field goals.
No, that'd be
One
too
on each side.
long.
I like it.
But that game was
Imagine being-
intense. I don't even watch the football.
No, that was a crazy.
Oh,
that
I
was
hated it. I was
insanity.
so pissed off.
Yeah,
Which
which
I
one?
fucking I don't like the
The
Steelers.
Steelers
Oh,
versus.
yeah.
Did they
Same
play
as
Baltimore.
same as
I had it on the
me
background.
and Cliff watched the Browns game together.
Oh,
No, that was sad.
yeah, I know, right? They're on
Dude, they
the.
were so close to winning.
They're so close. It was cute.
They were so fucking close.
was
All I
cute.
hear is it's pretty funny.
But Josh Gordon had a great game, and I picked him up
fucking Cliff.
Oh.
like 30 minutes before the game started. No one picked up Josh Gordon. Who
Who's
the
that?
fuck is this?
Was that Fantasy Boys?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
Fucking Cliff notes. Well, just it's a funny one because we're watching the game together, me and Cliff, the Browns game,
Yeah.
and I was busy or something. I see her, and then I look up and they were losing.
He's an asshole.
Oh, that's a different one. That's his favorite thing is
He
to
is
watch.
so well.
Whoever's at the bar, he picks the opposite team. And fucking,
That's what I do, though. Honestly,
but he does it very vocally and
that's
like
kind of what I try to do.
But he's trying to fight and he's 70.
yeah.
Well, no, that,
I'll
But-
fucking kill you.
well, you correct. Especially like, do you know that? I don't know if they're mother and daughter or they're lovers or what it is. That older woman.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well, they were watching the game there one time, and Cliff was right next to him, and he was just like, every time the Broncos snapped the ball, he's like, "Kill him." same as kill him. And then you know like that, and they're like, "That man is a horrible man."
He knows how to place it too. He gets it
Oh,
right
yeah.
out there just
Oh,
right.
it's,
He
I
waits till it's perfectly quiet.
I love it. I really do.
Oh yeah.
I
And
love
then,
watching Cliff watch a Bronco game.
And it doesn't matter what play, and he gets all fucking stupid fucking idiots.
Well, he went nuts the other day. Brian Greasy was in, and
I
he ran
feel
up
so
to Brian
bad.
Greasy and was like, "Autograph, same as right here, right now."
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, he hassled Brian Greasy for a autograph. I felt so bad.
Is that the? I'm sorry, I'm not good with names. Is that
That's
the guy that
pretty
comes
lame.
into the tavern?
He's the old quarterback of the Broncos. He
Yeah, but he
was,
comes in the
and his
tavern.
dad was
Yeah.
like Super Bowl boy.
He won
wasn't
a
he?
Super Bowl with the Dolphins or something. Yeah.
That sucks, man. They got hassled for.
well,
Cliff
yeah, I know, the
hassled him,
Cliff-
and
yeah,
I want to
that's
know
what
what
I'm
he said. And it's funny because he's like looking around. He's like, "Give me a pin," because I showed him who he was, so it's my fault.
saying. Yeah.
I was like, "You know who that is?
Same as I hate the Broncos.
You know that's that
right
Brian."
here, your name.
And I was like, yeah, I always felt bad for Brian Greasy because he was a great quarterback, but I don't know if great, but he came in right after Elway, so it didn't matter what he did. No one gave a shit about him.
Yeah.
Well,
There.
they fucked
He
him
was
up
there
too.
for how many years?
They threw him in too early. 3 maybe.
I thought it was 3 or 4. Yeah.
Well, because
So-
Elway quit, they threw him in.
Well, we quit. Yeah, but Bubby Brister was supposed to start that year.
Oh yeah.
And then they pulled him out, and Greasy wasn't quite ready that year, and that year fell
Yeah.
apart. You know, like I was listening to Ray
Don
Crockett
Shula.
talk about it, and he was like, Brian Greasy, he fucking ended Terrell Davis's career. He ended this, and he just went through a whole list of people that Brian Greasy
What?
that got hurt.
That's
He
so
blamed-
because he got
he
hurt.
blamed
Oh.
he blamed Brian Greasy because
Oh, wow.
well Terrell Davis was trying to tackle a guy
He's so
on an
nice.
on an
interception.
interception or something.
Wow.
like that.
Yeah.
And Brian Greasy is
He's probably the nicest guy
I know.
I've ever met.
yeah, he's,
Literally.
he li-
Oh,
I
one
mean,
of the few.
it's like
And I'm
Andre and
enamored with
Brian
his
Greasy,
wife.
yeah.
His wife's so hot. She's just hot to me. She's, but I don't. I'm sure I look like a fucking asshole every time she walks in. Oh, there's your table.
Well, I hate it, and that's how
I
Papa
don't
and
think I've
Uncle
seen
Hank.
his wife.
She's cute.
Yeah, Papa
But,
and Uncle Hank.
so
were
yeah,
that
I'm like,
with
hey,
Brian.
you know, that's Brian Greasy because that's my claim to fame. I know some fucking.
I know Brian Greasy.
And he shakes my hand he knows my name. That's about it.
He was on TV the other day, and that's my claim to fame. I was like, "Hey, the Dyer brothers know
See?
him."
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's one. And I always go, hey, you're in town, you know, like this is my spiel. And he's like, leave me alone. But
Yeah.
he's so nice.
That's so funny.
And then like, so Cliff goes, fuck. Like he's like, oh shit. And he's like grabbing whatever he could get his hands on.
Did he ask for his autograph?
Well, he asked for his autograph, but he grabbed this wet napkin and he hands it to him. And then like he goes up there and like, I don't know what he said to him. Brian Greasy's face was kind of caught off guard though. So I bet he's like, hey, same as your dad's, way better than you. You gotta.
When you guys were a band, did anybody like ever ask for your guys' autograph?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was
definitely.
that weird? I've never had.
Well, when
that
I was
happen
in
on
It
the
was
Switch,
like
Switch.
our
when we-
friends being nice to us.
When I was
Right.
in that switch pin, there
Yeah.
was lines.
Yeah,
Really?
Weird, dude.
He had a better.
That's gotta be
experience
weird.
with it.
I just can't imagine being a
I
celebrity
signed.
like that. They're like, you want me to
Well,
sign a piece of paper?
we've had fucking lunatics ask us for our autograph at the tavern because we're the grandchildren. I mean, like, I'm like, you are pathetic. You're fucking pathetic.
I'm gonna put it right next to my
I've had,
Brian
like, loser
Greasy.
kids ask me
I've
for an
got-
autograph
So
like
he-
after your
hold on,
skate
did you
comp.
hear what
I
I,
got-
said? He handed Brian Greasy a wet napkin to
Oh
sign.
shit! I did not hear
A
that.
wet napkin.
Yeah, that's
I'm
ridiculous.
so sorry. I cut that off.
And he made him sign it on a trash can. And so then he came back with that shit so fucking proud, and he's like, same as I'm going down to that tour, and I'll be like, look what I got right here. And he threw it at the bar. It's all like wrinkled up. And sorry to go.
Well, I mean, it just
That's good.
talk about the guy that fucking. He sat there, and you know, Brian Greasy got hurt pretty bad against the Raiders one time. They're playing. He's a big. Clip's a big Raiders fan, and Greasy got clobbered and he got taken out of the game.
Yeah.
And for a guy that was sitting there going, when that happened, and he runs up to him and was like, "Ooh, you signed my tits."
Like fumble, yeah, like totally fumbling around.
That's so
on it.
great.
Yeah.
But then his wife was leaving. I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, I apologized to her, though. I was like, we don't like you guys to get bombarded here. Like, sorry
Yeah.
about that. She's like, oh, he's good for it. And I was like, will you marry me?
Mary, you leave him and
Take his money, though.
Actually, I will
'cause
marry
I
both
make-
of you because I love Brian Greasy too.
Yeah, it
I'm
seems
like,
like
you-
a good place.
I
Maybe they
make-
can just adopt you.
I make like 30 grand a year. You get his money. I'll clean everything. I'll take care of everything.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Speaking
But
of-
we'll have to be friends with him. He's a good boy.
I think the only person that I might ask, any sports person that I might ask for like an autograph would be a Cobb Talab.
A Cobb Talab.
Yeah, and that's you know, but I want to pay him. I want to give him like $50,000 to go rip that cross off the My Pillow guy. Have you seen the new one?
No.
He's
No,
like-
I
He's got a
didn't
cross.
Well, yeah, no, well, he wears a little cross that's just hanging out of his shirt. But anyhow, the newest My Pillow guy was like, there's some guy who's like shaving.
It's
in
not
a
the
mirror.
same My Pillow.
It's the
guy?
same My Pillow
Okay.
guy. He's like shaving in a mirror, and then he opens up his medicine cabinet, and then there's just the My Pillow guy jerking off in there. It's like, oh, fucking My Pillow! I
know-
fucked every pillow that I send out. I personally had sexual intercourse with. Oh, I love you.
That's hilarious.
You guys missed the best thing ever.
No, I was listening. That was hilarious.
He fucked all the pillows.
my
Oh,
pillow.
yeah,
You want to see?
Didn't that guy get sued?
I
hope so.
drew my favorite donkey's
Or maybe not the
face
guy,
on
but the
it.
company.
Well, he made up some fucking number
Yeah,
one.
like-
He's a big Trump piece of shit, and he wears a cross, and and he made up some like the American Sleep Institute or something like that. He said we're rated.
that's
It's
what it
rated the
was.
best pillow by the American Sleep Institute
Yeah, he just
that
made
I
up his-
created myself, and every pillow I fucked every one.
Oh my god!
That one pillow.
I love when old people forget that we have the internet. Like, we just like type that in. and be
Well,
like,
no.
okay.
Well, this is the fucking insane thing. After when I heard about that, I Googled it, and for 3 pages, it was paid ads by MyPillow.com. You couldn't even fucking find. I mean, you had to go.
See,
you had
that's
to
the
dig
real
for it.
threat with net neutrality, though. Is you'll never be able to find that.
Ah, fuck it. You know what? I'm just
All
gonna
right.
I'll
No.
just boycott the internet
What's
and
the-
just go outside.
What are the facts on net
For a little
neutrality?
All right, so basically,
It's all
you'll
fucked off.
like
It's gonna
You go
happen.
through like Excel or what? Yeah, it's gonna
We're
happen.
fucked.
So, the big phone companies got it, like the main, like he's like the president of the people that are voting for it. So he's definitely gonna
Basically-
vote.
So it's like
basically,
a
they
main
wa-
filter
so
or
they-
what?
they wanna
Netflix
break-
takes up
yeah.
80% of the bandwidth in total United States. So
because
now
we're lazy.
So now Chromecast or not Chromecast? Hey, wait, that's an internet company, right?
No.
No.
What's the internet companies around here? Excel,
Oh,
Comcast.
Comcast.
Comcast is what I'm thinking of. They can decide what websites they can allow to go through their server.
They can
from
throttle
now on.
certain websites to be
Yeah.
faster than others,
gonna
and
be
basically,
interesting.
and they're talking about making like tiered, like say
And
you
why
want,
can't they now? They're the ones who run the
because
internet.
because it's illegal.
It's
It's like written
Yeah.
into like
it's supposed to be neutral.
yeah.
Everybody's supposed to have neutral playing field on the internet.
like there's no you're not supposed to be able to.
and they're
throttle
trying
it.
to take
All
the
right,
neutral,
so
so people can pay. So Netflix can pay like 80,000 or whatever money.
Right now,
and
you pay for the internet as a utility. At that
Mhm.
point, you're gonna have to pay for it by piece by piece. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to access your email? $4
piece
a
by
month.
piece. So Comcast
And
can be
then-
like, we don't want you to be able to go to a porn
But
company.
you can only
porn
use
website.
these 4 email providers. You
so
know what I
that's
mean?
their selling point is you can look at porn for free.
That's what I'm trying to push.
or
on
they're
everybody
gonna
I'm trying to talk
charge
to
you-
because that's the hugest thing.
Or they'll charge you a fuck ton. To
I mean,
have it
the
be
porn
like how it
industry is
now, you know?
hardcore lobbying
know-
for this too, because they want the fucking Pornhub and shit to go away, so they can start selling DVDs and Blu-rays and shit
Well, I'm
again.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll pass though. If it does,
Well, these
Human
I mean,
beings
find out
but
today.
it'll
Angry.
be overturned. I think
It's
This
voted
is going to be
tomorrow.
yeah.
Tomorrow's the
it's going to
vote.
be a big fight.
I was on
We'll
that.
find out tomorrow.
I was on that town hall meeting, that town hall meeting.
Yeah, I went on
phone
one
call,
today too.
with Kaufman, and
That
he's all
fucking scum.
and he's fucking scumbag. Like, and yeah,
Well,
he's,
ain't
I don't know how he
neutrality.
keeps getting reelected in
No
this
one likes him.
here.
right,
Right.
Yeah, I know, man. It's insane. Yeah, but he's all about that net neutrality. He's like, yeah, no, this is
It's the
how we
worst
can blah,
thing.
blah, blah.
That's why everybody above a certain age shouldn't be allowed to make decisions
Agreed.
because things change too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not like
I agree.
everything changed every 100 years. Now it's every fucking 5-10
And
years.
people my age that actually understand this aren't voting. Which
Well, like
sucks.
this.
Right.
Speaking of the funeral again,
How many people you vote for?
these people at this.
I voted. I didn't vote for president, but I voted only because marijuana public consumption.
You have
was
to
on
go
the
look at
ballot.
that, See, reefer man. Well, that was what this woman brought up at the. She was like, "We live in Lyman."
I just couldn't. I didn't want to vote
And I
for
was
Hillary,
like-
and I didn't want to vote for Trump. I just didn't. And then my other option was Gary Johnson. I didn't really want to vote for him either.
Fuck you.
It doesn't matter who I voted for in Colorado, though. It went to Hillary,
No, I know. I mean,
that's
because
another
American
problem.
conservative or Coloradan
and
conservatives
I knew that. If I was
were-
in Missouri, I would have voted for Hillary. I
were
would've- I would've
decent
checked that
enough
box.
to not vote for fucking Donald Trump. I think that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Right.
Good for them.
Well, he
I don't-
didn't win any big cities, did he?
Well,
No,
no, you
not
never
in
win
the-
it. You never. No
Yeah,
Republicans
yeah,
ever win a
Democrats
city.
always-
Like,
Yeah, it's always the rest of the
There's
country.
too many people with brains in the cities.
I had to go back to this. I have sex with every pillow, and so that you know that it's my pillow and not yours.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Staying on each one.
Sorry, let's go
Oh.
back to the
Why
other
don't you
stuff.
play an email sound?
Well, hold on. I was gonna say
Oh.
something about this woman at the funeral. She was talking about that, and she lived in the outskirts of Colorado, And the first thing she asked about, what about the marijuana? And like me and everybody else at the table was like, oh, dude, it's fucking awesome. She's like, really? And I was like, yeah. And then this one woman, she fucking helped me out real good. She's like, I'm a property manager, and we had a fire call. Oh, no, it was a fire inspection at one of the reefer houses. And firemen she was making small talk with the firemen, and the firemen were like, she asked them how they felt about the pot because they have to inspect all the warehouses and shit. And they're like, we fucking love these. He goes, look at these trucks. They're brand new. We all got raises without being asked. Like, this is fucking amazing. Like, the extra tax revenue. And the woman was just floored because she thought she had no idea.
Yeah.
Because their smaller city in Colorado, Lyman or whatever, they're making it look like shit.
Yep.
And I'm like, we fucking love it around here. I mean, it's created a lot of jobs, and
It's done a lot. It's done a lot.
it truly has.
Before
But she was floored because she had no idea that it actually went to certain things. I think they just see some guy with duffel bags.
50% of it goes to like schools first,
what happens
too, right?
on the news? They see every time they bring up pot on the news, they have a guy that looks like Matt fucking smoking a joint, like all
the
super
guy at the
close
funeral.
up, and like it looks all
Yeah,
fucking
man, I
greasy
fucking
and, like,
fuck you,
know what I mean? Like,
man.
yeah, and that's the thing. That's just, dude, and that's the
Dude,
And
do you know how many old people come into our place smelling like weed?
That's what I love about
Oh, that's
dispensaries.
funny.
When you see,
Nobody
like, an
who
old
you
guy
would
in a suit.
expect.
It just makes me happy.
that's great.
But have you seen the new propaganda they're trying to spread with the new marijuana disease? They've
Oh, there's a
The-
they've been
marijuana
talking about it.
The hypermesis.
Yeah, hypermesis.
Was it that stomach shit?
It's I haven't
Yeah, yeah,
looked
yeah,
too
yeah.
much
Some
into
doctor.
it.
You know, so that's funny, and we even brought it up on the Adam Dunn show. And there was a guy, like a reputable guy that Adam Dunn knows that actually got that shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is it,
like
though?
after years of like
Somebody explain it.
You have
So-
hypermesis.
So basically, at some point, there's a switch that flips, and every time you smoke weed, you just fucking violently just puke, like
Oh, weird.
on end, and like they say that the only
It's that sativa, bro.
no, and then they say that like you just basically puke the whole time, like even dry heaving, if you don't have anything in there, and then like they say that the only relief is like standing in a shower.
Oh, I've heard of something
And
like
it's
that.
a weird like
Well,
thing
that's-
that comes
kind of
from-
resetting your body.
That's about time to quit smoking pot, I think.
Yeah, what the fuck? And what causes it, though? Like
And Matt-
sharing pipes
Mark's
or
all like,
something?
I'm not fucking quitting.
Yeah,
He's
I
all
will
puking.
fucking vomit all day long.
Yeah,
I don't need an
hell
esophagus.
yeah.
So wait now, do you...
I'm not gonna stop.
Are they blaming not on the marijuana
Dabbing.
or maybe sharing the pipe or...
No,
Maybe it's just some
They're
dirty
blaming it
ass.
all.
Wait, is it just
No.
smoking it, or can you eat it, or is it's both?
no.
or-
It's kind of like when people get like allergic to shrimp all of a sudden or something like that.
shrimp.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Like-
I got
Oh.
allergic to shrimp all of a sudden.
That's true.
Yeah,
I am allergic to shrimp.
Oh, okay, good. That's great. I understand you don't like the dead animals. That's fine.
No, I'm
No,
literally.
he's literally allergic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a shellfish boy.
I got a problem with
Just
shell.
like the wife.
I was like 20
And they're-
something.
Yeah,
And I didn't put it together. I was like, I would go out. I'm like, we're going to the fish market. I'm gonna eat 3 crabs and a lobster tonight, honey.
Yeah.
and then
Like,
bring
all right.
home a
And then I'd come
20-pound
home and
bag.
I'd just be like itching and I couldn't breathe
Yeah.
and I didn't understand it. And then finally, when I had to go to the hospital, I was like, it was a shrimp.
Don't ever eat cockroaches then.
because they're
You're
basically
allergic.
lobsters of
You're
the
the same.
land.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck those
They
lobsters.
taste good.
I don't know.
So yeah, it's a real. I mean,
Crickets taste good. I've had
reputable
crickets.
people
I
in the
believe it.
cannabis industry have came down.
But
with
what
this
is
thing.
it, though? I want to know what
Yeah,
causes
I
it.
don't-
I
no
don't
one-
know.
they
I've
don't-
seen a bunch of
they
like
don't
news
know.
articles about
I
it
mean, if you
recently.
Dude,
it's
you
the
think-
whole, if you think about it, it's a weed. I mean, if you're really allergic to a certain weed and it builds up in your system, maybe that's what causes
You know
it.
what I think? Oh, a lot of people are suspecting pesticides.
Yeah, I think
from
it's
like
pesticides.
from like
That's
you
what I
know,
was gonna
there's
say.
something
It's
that
fucking
Pesticides,
those
there's
guys,
a lot of
man.
mold too.
That's true.
That
Well,
But
shit, I'm
a lot of
glad
these dispensaries just fucking sell.
I
it
don't
with
got
mold.
that.
Oh my god,
That's the
if
kind of thing you plant in a pothead's head, though, and they're
I would
gonna get
just
it.
drink myself to death.
Man,
if I got that.
the hypo
Oh,
fried
man, if I
leases,
couldn't-
man.
if all of a sudden I just couldn't smoke weed anymore. I also got
I've
sick.
been,
I'd be
uh,
so
That'd be very
fucking
sad.
I've
Hey,
been,
it'd be
I've been
fine.
leaning on the marijuana more heavily lately than I have in the past.
Yeah.
My life's a little better.
Puking all, he's puking all the
I'm
time.
not puking, but I like it's
Get in
funny.
the shower.
Like I can't laugh if I'm sober or drunk, but
I've always had
high?
trouble laughing.
High?
If
That's
I'm
why
high,
I like doing
I
this
can-
pee-pee
giggle.
cast.
Well, I know. That's why I know I'm turning into a total stoner because I've been like watching Saturday Night Live and laughing.
Right.
Because I know I haven't laughed at a Saturday Night Live sketch in about
Right.
20 since I was 10, and now I'm just like, yeah,
Hey,
I've been
look at
watching
that
that shit, too.
fellow.
I haven't watched that shit. The Franco one was pretty good.
yeah. That
Franco stuff.
What
was
that,
I'm
good.
excited for his new movie.
I like the fucking
You guys
spelling
didn't
bee.
steal it yet?
Is it out? Is it
What?
I don't know. The Wiseau movie.
the
What's that?
Tommy Wiseau.
The
I don't know what that
disaster
is.
artist. He's making a.
So there's this movie called The Room that it's hard to explain this
It's like the
gentleman.
worst movie ever made.
His name's Tommy Wiseau, right?
yeah.
And like he made this movie, and he's like, I don't. I can't even explain it. The way he like takes he like tries to do the scenes, and I don't know, man. It's just really hard to explain. You have to kind of watch it.
Really?
But he has no idea that everybody's making fun of him.
He's on Netflix?
I don't
The
I
know.
don't know
Room?
if it's
No,
on.
I don't think
Is
so.
it on YouTube or?
It's
It
the most
is on, it
insane-
is on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
That's how I watched it.
What's the
It's
name
the
of
most
this thing?
insane
The Room.
movie you'll ever watch.
What?
The Room.
The Room?
Yeah.
What?
Tommy Wiseau, and he does like all the love scenes and shit, and like,
great in its own way.
Really?
and it has this whole weird cult stigma
Well,
about it.
it would be like doing Tim and Eric if Tim and Eric didn't know that they were being funny.
Yeah,
Ah.
I want to
The
do it.
Room. I'll have to remind myself of that later. Also, you want to play the email sound?
Oh, yeah,
man?
sorry.
Son of a bitch an email. Son of a bitch an email. Son of a bitch an email. Oh, whoa.
Where do we get? Make sure you go to brothersbear@gmail.com. I'm gonna do it again. brothersbear@gmail.com. Do you want me to do it again so you could do the voice?
No, I'm good.
I
Why do I
ruined your email voice.
Well, I like that. I thought it was part of the song for a second.
No, I was just
That
continuing.
was his
from
job
the
in
song.
Ransom.
Yeah.
He was the one to
I
make
can't
all
do
the
that.
weird, crazy noises, the scary noises.
The
Yeah.
scary noises.
It was.
Because they don't see me!
And then people repeat stupid lyrics. And that's good.
I'm in Diamond Shopping! Red!
All right. This one is from someone called Knuckle Babies.
Oh
Ooh.
dear.
And
What in the world is
yeah.
going on here?
The subject line is entitled August. And the email goes as follows. What's the world coming to, spelled C-U-M-M-I-N-G,
Oh,
when
dear.
August Ames commits suicide?
Oh,
Not
great.
her. I hear she has
August
a new
Ames.
movie coming out called Resurrection.
Oh,
Signed
oh
Knuckle
maybe that's the
Babies.
whole deal.
Fucking great. That,
Jeez.
Knuckle
Probably
baby.
the best joke I've heard all week.
That was the emails
Jeez.
for this week.
I
You
like
think
it.
that was an original, or-
Resurrection. That sounds like an original.
Wow.
That was good. Man.
I
It
don't
was
get-
Matt
I
that sent it.
don't even know who that
No,
is.
I would take the credit if I did it.
I don't even know who that is.
August Ames or the
Well,
email?
they were who was
she a
talking
porn
about
star?
August
She
Ames?
killed
Porn star
herself.
just killed
It
herself.
might be Jack. Wasn't Jack talking
She's
about her
a
the
porn
other day?
star. She
But I think I
killed
brought her
herself?
up. She's a porn star.
So,
She
yeah.
refused to work with a gay guy,
For health reasons.
obviously. And the internet,
Explain the
internet
story.
shamed her like a
Explain the story
motherfucker.
to Will.
Huh.
She was a porn star.
She
She's
said
very
she
well
wouldn't-
known.
she
She
wouldn't-
refused to work with a gay guy.
No, she refused to work with men that were in
that
adult
were in,
films
that also did gay porn.
because it's like AIDS is rampant in there
Yeah.
because they do a lot of unprotected sex, but they also fuck a lot off air
Sure.
and contract diseases, and I
Yeah.
guess it's like a known thing. And she's like, I just don't want to do that, and
Yeah.
the whole internet just freaked
Yeah.
the fuck out.
like
and she
it
killed
was-
herself over it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
and I
pretty
don't
weak.
get that
I mean,
because
she's
I'm like-
obviously a weak human.
because I'm
Well-
over here like,
I mean, I think porn stars kill themselves a
Right.
lot, right?
Yeah, I would assume.
Well, you
their
have to be
The women-
suicide
straight
rate's a
fucked
lot
up
You
higher.
to-
don't hear about it a lot, but yeah.
don't you have to be pretty fucked up though
to do that.
to fuck?
Well, that's
on
because the
camera?
news doesn't want to bring that up.
I'd
They-
say it's more like webcam girls that probably off themselves more, you know what I mean?
Anderson
Yeah, but
Cooper
she's-
doesn't want to
she's
ruin
like-
your masturbatory
I bet she's like top 10
time.
on Pornhub. Like she's pretty popular.
She is
Really?
now.
Yeah, she's up there with like Mila Khalifa or
I'm
whatever.
gonna look her up tonight.
Mila
That's
Do
terrible
it.
Shit.
Wiz Khalifa.
Well, if I
Wiz.
died, I'd want someone to jerk off to my songs.
Well, I'm guaranteeing she's got some
Oh,
extra jerking going right now.
I've definitely done some Pornhub searching since.
I'm sure.
Well,
That is kind of
rest-
fucked up, jerking off to somebody who just committed. Like,
No, it isn't.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
relevant. She's in my head. That's all that matters.
No. So you.
I jerked it
Don't try to make me feel like a piece
And,
of
and
shit.
then you're like sad, but you're kind of sad while you're jerking off.
These are tears that come.
you jerked it to Princess Leia after she died, right? And the
No,
I
I
never
said
did
I
drop
said
to
that there should
Princess
be a
Leia.
Princess Leia come tribute
Ah.
thing after she died, where a bunch of guys jerked off on her picture.
A 21 gun, 21 dick salute.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
I'm sure it was more like a fucking 40 million dick salute. A lot of guys just masturbating on the
Oh,
TV screen
man.
while Jabba the Hutt's licking her face. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
Jesus.
Look at Jabba. Oh, that's so nasty, you dumb whore.
That's good.
I don't think I've ever masturbated. None of them.
Well, I never.
Don't
I mean,
worry about
Princess
what I'm doing.
Leia. I mean,
I'm just looking.
Don't worry about what I'm
I
doing.
love how like when movies come out though, like,
like-
immediately there's the porn edition. Like immediately, it's awesome.
Oh hell yeah!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I watched them.
There's so many stupid
Yeah.
random ones. I even saw one for Coco, that fucking animation Pixar movie that just came out the other day. There was one on that on Pornhub. There was a Rick and Morty one. I was like, Jesus.
Oh,
there's a Rick and Morty. Is
Yeah.
it gay?
No, I don't.
Is
I've
this-
never
it's
watched
just
Rick and Morty.
fucking-
No, I've
Rick's
never watched
fucking
Rick and Morty.
It's an
but
old man fucking a
it's
boy.
the blue guys. The blue, I don't know if you've seen the show.
no.
I've never watched the show, but there's some blue guys in that. And then apparently they fuck
Yeah,
some
Mr.
chick.
Mises.
Yeah, the Macy's guys fuck some chick.
Mises.
I want to try something.
There's-
He's
All right.
trying something.
Let's see if this works.
He's going for it.
No audio yet.
No, I ain't there yet.
No audio at all.
I know.
Oh my God, there's no
They're
audio.
getting the audio. We
Hey,
don't get the audio.
Do you know about the audio
Oh, they are?
and how it's not there? Or do you need us to tell you?
Now watch.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at that.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's
We're
fucking
a little
hot.
timed off, yeah. Are they seeing? Are they a couple of minutes?
My
ahead?
great grandmother Ellie Mae started making these meatballs back in 1843. She'd come off the railroad to be a meatball.
I think I figured it out.
Good job, dude.
She must have served meatballs in this town
You have to
from
send it to the audio card, huh?
1843 to 1843
I think I had this
and a
muted.
half. When the gold rush came and
Oh,
nobody
that's
cared about
amazing.
meatballs anymore.
Man, I didn't even want to be in the meatball business. When I was a kid, I had all these aspirations and dreams. I used to tie bricks to koala bears to make them all tough and shit. Fucking started a koala bear fighting ring. They all fucking endangered. I don't even know. Got that PETA after my ass, circuses and shit. I don't even know what to fucking do. Then my daddy calls me up. Oh, I'm dying. You come do meatballs. So I come over here, start doing on the meatballs, and then my stupid brother talking about continuing the thing. I think it's all in meat drinks.
Those are more
This is
like
literally
four
our
hour
life.
meatballs.
It truly
I
is.
am my best.
Oh, Mr. Spaghetti.
I love the background. I gotta find that shit again.
Oh, Mr. Spaghetti.
Background.
$5
music?
a
Oh, the music.
meatball.
Yeah, the music.
Okay, I was laughing at the actual. I was like, what do you mean? It's like right in the kitchen.
What
What do you mean you gotta find it again?
Yeah, I think my family got it all wrong. I think all the money's in the meat drinks. Everybody around town, all they want is the meat drinks. I put the meat in there, then the vodka, and some more meat.
Well, we sold 8 meatballs today.
It looks
That's
like a political
$40.
campaign hat. A political pin on your hat. What is it? Do you know?
Nixon
Charlie
Agnew.
talking all this
Nice.
business about
Nixon
meat
Agnew.
drinks and meat bags. I
That's
don't
my
know where
favorite
the
name
hell
of
they
anyone
get
ever
it.
alive. Spiro
We need
Agnew.
$42
Yeah,
a day to make it through.
True story.
We're not
Where'd
making
you get that
$42
pink
a day. I
hat?
tell you
You
what,
just have
Randy
it?
sold 8 meatballs.
I bought it in
amazing. My
Albuquerque.
He has
grandfather
lots of
said
hats.
they would sell
It's his
15,
thing.
I don't have that hat
16
anymore. I need to
meatballs
get
easy.
some new hats. So
There's no
we can
doubt
make
about
some
that.
I love it. I love
I've
the whole
got all these
outfit. The pink
bills
scar.
Go through every day.
That's what he used to wear to
businessman.
funerals and shit.
I'm a businessman.
That was
I'm
his
a-
funeral
I'm very
outfit.
proud
And
to
weddings.
sell
I would
And
always
weddings
wear
too,
that.
yeah.
meatballs. And
If I
Charlie
didn't have
doesn't
self-control, I would have
fucking
spit out
understand
beer
it.
right there. That was ridiculous.
That's true. That's a
I just
common.
picture Chris. I picture Chris at the military funeral. He's been describing this whole time.
Hey,
Pink
dandy
scar,
boy.
pink hat.
With an Agnew.
There's our Kayla.
They left the
rat.
door open on this.
I wore a on my suit pin, like right around 9/11. It was one. It was like my Aunt Annie's funeral.
This part's good. Meatball. No, go on. You just commentary.
Oh no,
I
yeah.
don't
So
even know
I was
what
at the
time
funeral
it's
and I had
We saw that movie.
a hammer and sickle on my
Dundee comes
pin lapel,
down and
like right after
next thing you know,
9/11, just to
he's
be.
back around the house
And
with spots full of
that was
blood.
I was almost killed.
Where at?
Told my mother
At a
he'd
funeral.
done
Oh,
before, but
shit.
he's
It was
not
my.
gonna
I think it was my
shake
Aunt
out.
Annie's funeral or my Aunt
I almost got the shit kicked out of me once for that Make America Great Again.
This is after Tim and
That's very
Eric.
sad.
This
I
would
feel
be
like
a
it's
Tim and
similar.
Eric scene. This is
Yeah,
why we
definitely.
did this.
I love Tim and Eric.
Yeah, I like
And then I
this.
tripped.
When my grandfather got back from the war, they wouldn't let him stay at their house because he'd lost both of his legs. Toby tell you about my grandfather's legs? He's a lying motherfucker. That motherfucker had legs. He could run to 40 in 4 seconds.
I don't know if that's
ridiculous.
fast.
I
He
don't
didn't even
either.
go to the
I think
war.
it is.
He went down
Yeah.
the street and got in a fight over there over some chickens. There wasn't no fucking war. He's a liar. That Toby's a liar.
Toby, you're Toby. We are trying to figure out the other day.
Yeah. Who were you?
I don't know.
Shit. We'll find out in a minute because it'd be like so and so.
When he was 16
I love
years old,
those.
I saw him
Anytime
throwing
you guys do
bungee
that,
cords out of the truck
I love
of his
that
car.
shit.
Let's start it
I
from
said, "Where the
Armstrong.
fuck did you
Yeah,
get these
Armstrong
bungee
was the
cords
great
from?"
one.
He said the dumb Friendsley. I don't even know about this bungee cord business.
Do you know why I thought of this? Nick's gonna be mad. That's because his brother was always selling weird shit out of his trunk. So I was-
Business has been so bad, I lost my house a couple of years ago, and I've been forced to sleep in the ovens here at work. Sometimes Charlie will come in the morning and
Charlie?
turn them on. And
I'm
I'll
Charlie.
be in there.
He's Toby.
Stole my money, shit his pants, fell down the stairs at Henry Hudson's,
Apparently-
cracked open the skull. I'll tell you why he lives in the oven, because he can't even mow a lawn.
The mow lawn thing. Hold on, pausing it. Hold on. That's a good story. 3 stories.
That's a good 3 stars.
So, well, the Henry Hudson thing's about the guy falling down the stairs. That's Kayla's uncle.
Yeah.
He fell down the stairs and
At
busted
Henry
his head
Hudson's.
and shit his pants. So I stole that. If you ever heard, and you know, I met the
At
guy.
Henry Hudson's.
Yeah, it's a bar or something.
In Oklahoma.
And I met the guy at the fucking wedding. He's awesome, dude.
He
I
fell?
would totally hang out with him. He was like, in a-
fell and shit himself.
he fell. He got trashed at a
That's a
bar,
fall.
fell down the staircase, and shit his pants.
I would probably never drink again after that night.
No,
my
yes, you
goodness.
would. That's just fucking hilarious.
At
All
that
right.
point, though, I'm like, Jesus.
What was the third story?
The-
I don't know.
The
But anyways,
selling stuff, bungee cords.
no, that was the last story.
Okay.
But we had this really nice house when we were. It was our second house. It was like built for us and shit, and the grass was like fucking extremely nice and too nice. And we let it get too long, and this was right after my parents got divorced. So my brother, he was the eldest. So they sent him out to. My mom sent him out to mow the lawn. He did, I don't know, 10 to 20 feet. Fucking left the lawnmower there and never mowed a lawn again in his life.
For the rest of my life. To this day.
You're
So
my
he-
fucking hero, sir.
He did about 20 feet. So
I'm
and
pretty close.
Let's see. When did our parents get divorced? How old were we?
I was 10.
10. So
Yeah,
I was
so
8,
28
9.
years ago.
8 or 9 out there with the fucking lawnmower. This thing's over my head because I was like I had the Boy Scout mentality. I'll take care of everything.
Yeah.
Go, Mom.
And he's still doing it.
I am. I just ripped my nails
I had
off.
him, I'm still forced him. It was like I tried putting up a gate today. Stopped about 10 feet in. And then I had
hilarious.
Patrick come over.
He
I had Badger come over it.
I took care of it.
He did. He still does. I almost was gonna have
rip
to hang a mirror on my door too, but I
I'm
managed
scared
to do
I
that.
gotta do that.
I already did it. So I did.
I'm scared I got to. All right, let's start again.
I just don't want to mow the lawn.
He just doesn't want to mow the lawn.
I never wanted to mow.
He never did. Do you know how hard
I've been
that was
thinking
to
a lot
line
about
up
suicide
that
thing.
one scene?
It's just, what the hell's the point?
Really?
I don't know why.
I've got the meatballs. Nobody wants meatballs anymore. And
No one does want
Charlie
meatballs
doesn't
anymore.
give a goddamn. He's got his ideas about these meat drinks and, well, there's no place for a meatball man anymore.
It's so sad.
It is, dude. I feel
See this scene here where my brother. Hold on. Look at how horrible my brother looks.
Yeah.
And this is. I don't know if it's a piece of pizza.
No, it's
Nah,
a piece of
It's the smallest
dark
piece of.
chocolate with red pepper on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Look at him, fucking AIDS patient sick.
Yeah.
I used it.
What the fuck?
I love it.
Like, have you ever seen that AIDS?
Where
patient?
is that? Is that like a?
I was in Scotland.
He was in
I was gonna
Europe.
say, it almost looks
Do you
like
know
a
how
plane.
scared the people were of him? They're like, I don't want to touch that AIDS boy. Look
Yeah,
at
no
him.
shit.
See what happens when you go vegan,
But you want to hear some?
Demarius?
This
Yeah.
is when you just started going vegan. You were like crazy serious, right? And
well,
you're still
not only
serious.
that, but I was like,
And
I
you
mean,
weren't
the way
as
I ate, I like just ate like.
You weren't as educated about it, right? Or
Well,
what?
no, I was eating so healthy. I ate so. I mean, all I ate was, and I was working out every day too.
Yeah.
I would go work out every day, and all I ate was like fucking
This is healthy.
kale and rice and beans. That's like,
That ain't healthy. Look at him, sickly.
Well, I don't look. I'm surprised.
so,
and I
uh,
thought I was still fat then too. I had
That's
one
how
of
our
those
mental
complexes.
brain goes. That's how I felt.
It was
too.
like, how come I don't got a six pack?
It's because you ate that little chip. That's it.
But it was literally just. I thought I was fat, but it was just skin hanging off of it.
But the best part about this thing right here is probably a year or two later, my mom was talking about this fucking movie, and she says she fucking weeps every time she sees this scene
That's so
because he
funny.
looks like a dead piece of shit. Look at him.
It
He's-
reminds me of
she
Train
said-
Spotting
But
for
because
some
it said
reason.
1979.
It says
and
1972,
2012.
But you
Well, she
look
was afraid-
sickly as fuck. Is
My
what
mother
she's-
texted me to see if
It
I
really
was
does
okay
remind me of
after she
Train
watched
Spotting.
it.
Yeah, I've heard that she's done that on a couple of different occasions. I think on some of your videos, right?
It upsets her.
Well, so I hope that audio went through, but I think it did because look, these lights going.
What about the eggplant machine?
I don't know. I gotta pee.
Eggplant machine.
Look at this, my brother and I.
The BBC machine. What are you talking about?
No, there's an egg. We made a movie about eggplants.
That was
Oh,
nice,
yeah, that's the one that's
yeah.
private.
Let me go pee. And then
that was a nice, relaxing movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that was like when the teacher's like, it's movie day, you know what I mean? And like you just turn your brain off and you're just like, oh,
that
cool.
picture, I don't know why, it reminded me of
Some
Train
of
Spotting.
that shit.
You've seen Train Spotting, I'm
Of
sure.
course.
Have you seen the second one?
Nope. I hear it's
No.
fine.
I haven't yet to seen it.
I haven't
I'm-
seen it either.
I was
Steve and
hoping
Gray
one of
say
you
it's
guys-
insane.
I'm a little scared.
Scottish
Insane in the
people.
good way or insane in the...
That it's no, it's enjoyable.
I mean, Danny Boyle's my favorite director ever, so I have faith that he'll...
I personally prefer Freddie Boyle.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but...
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was actually thinking about watching that tonight.
Oh.
Maybe I should look it up too.
Hey, why don't you look
Hey,
it
you
up
know,
there, buddy?
You know what? I was thinking about putting together this program.
Yeah.
It'd be Thursday night on NBC.
Oh.
So it's it's I mean it's a series, but it's funny. It's funny, but it's serious. It's a new show I'm starting.
A Siricom.
Yeah, something like that. So it takes
Yeah.
place in
I just coined that.
a cancer ward on an Indian reservation.
Cancer Ward?
Yeah, it's called
All right, I'm
it's
in.
called Kemosabe.
Oh yeah, we've done this before.
I'm gonna repeat this over.
That's
and
great.
over.
I don't care.
You're
I haven't
supposed
heard
to
it.
go with it, man.
No, but I was just but we came up with a whole thing. It was Kemosabe and
Yeah, we came up with a whole show.
it was one more person too. It was, the Adventures
It
of-
wasn't just Kemosabe, but it was also
we made up
it was
a-
someone else, and I couldn't remember who it was, and it was really good.
I'm not gonna go watch those old shows.
I like it, though. Kemosabe.
Yeah, there's a
That was a good one.
cancer guy, right?
Do you guys remember the show Little Bush?
No, what the
No.
fuck is that?
Ah, Chris
My
knows
brother
it.
does.
I'll wait to bring it up so he gets back from the restroom.
No, what is it though?
No,
you can,
okay, it
you
was
can
just-
give me the preface.
It was
I
just an
watched-
old cartoon show. It was like on Adult Swim, but it was just Lil Bush, Condoleezza Rice, and
What?
Dick Cheney. It was like
Condoleezza Rice and Dick Cheney.
it was like it was like pretty much Rugrats, like as if they were like toddlers before. It was
like
just-
little Bush, like George W. Bush.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember
Oh,
that.
yeah, I do
I
remember
just
that
imagine.
too.
Could you
I
imagine if
was
they made
picturing
it?
something totally different.
Me
It's
too.
just like, could you imagine if they made like a fucking Trump show like that? He would not stand for it.
You like the scene? It's just
It is.
a blank.
B B
I
P
do
P
like it.
cast. I like it. I love that you
Hey,
ordered
this
that
is
drunk one night.
this isn't my Jack.
Oh,
That's not my
I'm
Jack
not gonna
lotion.
point it out or anything.
That's not my Jack lotion. I don't use lotion. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's
This
a
is-
point. The lotion just goes
Anyways,
away.
every
That's
says
my
I use
hand lotion.
I'm
Do you
like,
wanna
dude,
know
you're
why?
going through too much.
You want to know why?
Why?
I have lotion right there. Here, move to the side just a little, brother.
I know why. I don't want to say
Just
it,
a
but I
little.
know why.
Do you want to know why?
Is it because you look
No,
back
you
and
gotta
go,
have fucking moisturized hands when you're playing video
Oh.
games.
Okay, mine went completely racist. Black people flake. My bad.
No, you can't have dry hands when you're playing video games.
Oh my goodness.
That's good.
So look
You guys
right
are
Fuck.
here.
You set me up for
So
that
right
one,
there.
man.
No, you set yourself up. There's my Xbox. You gotta keep your hands moisturized.
You're right.
You gotta-
I should have realized when it wasn't cocoa butter.
You know what was on Thursday nights? It would be Night Court.
Ooh, I love
Oh,
that.
I mean,
Night
that's
Court
a
was
jo-
the best.
Night Court
Quantum
was the
Leap
best.
was on Thursday nights.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
oh,
that was
man.
a
What's
fun.
that? Oh, Quantum Leap.
that was good times.
Oh, that was my favorite.
I mean, I mean, who gives a fuck about
There's
Thursdays?
supposedly a movie coming.
They're
Quantum Leap
redoing the
movie?
show. They're remaking the show.
They're gonna re-ruin
Interesting.
it.
Yeah,
They're
well,
gonna
terrible.
re-ruin it.
They're gonna have
That's
Norm
true.
Macdonald
I like
as Dr. Bacula.
Oh, I wish.
Hey,
I
so
wish.
hey, oh
Al
boy.
Franken.
Yeah. as,
He's freed up.
as Dean.
He's freed up.
Oh, I would love that.
You think SNL will hire back Franken?
Fuck SNL.
They
It's so
should.
done.
That's
Oh,
fine.
I
tough
mean, I
guy
heard
over
it's
here.
getting better now.
It's
but-
fine. I've been watching it. I watched the other. The one
I mean,
the
I
other
haven't
night.
watched it in 20 years. I've been watching it lately. I blame it
Well,
on
who's
the
on
I
it?
say end it.
You know, I don't. That
I don't know. I like that one girl that does the Jeff sessions.
Jeff
Oh
said-
yeah, I think she's really good too.
I think
yeah.
she-
I think the
She's
only episode
clearly
I've seen
the-
from this
And she does that one really good too.
last 2 years was the Chappelle episode. When
That
Chappelle-
was fantastic.
that was a great
I mean, I don't even remember the rest of the show. Well, I remember a lot of this because it was the it was the Chappelle show.
I
It
just
wasn't
remember-
Saturday Night.
I just remember
Live.
him and
Right.
Chris Rock being like, whenever the woman didn't get it, like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
we've been held down.
Yeah. You putting on that eggplant house?
Well, you guys do stuff while I try to figure it out.
Make
I
it-
am.
You see, I just made that scene without you guys knowing it. Look, it's you two.
What do we
It's
do?
my brother and you guys.
Oh.
Not
Yeah.
myself is what I am right now. Bum, 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 bum. See,
is
we
that,
haven't,
disco?
we haven't had a good patio
Patio
session
session.
in a while. It's been
It's
years.
only been, I don't know. Has it been years?
It's been
like
years
a half.
again.
Yeah, it's
No,
been
we
years
did
again.
one here.
Yeah, yeah, but that was a while ago.
That's
did
not
that one go?
years. I had that.
It
I
was
had.
at
We did
least
the
a year.
hero.
I don't think I had a
Haven't we-
daughter.
there's
My
no way
daughter's
we've
a
been doing
year
the-
old.
Have we really been doing the podcast here a year?
It's been more than that, apparently.
Here though.
Here? Because you've
I mean,
done
were
a
we
patio
doing the
sessions.
podca- I don't
Maybe
know.
you
Probably
weren't.
pretty
Maybe you
close
just
to a
weren't
year
here for
now.
it.
No, that's probably pretty.
Well, we
close
might
to
have
a
done
year.
that before we were doing the podcast here.
I don't. Oh, the Ethor was the recent one.
Ethor.
Was
Go
no, it
look
wasn't
it
the
up.
Ethor. Remember they did the African.
No, it hasn't been a year.
No, it's
Because I
been
still get my
Ethor.
year memories on
was
Facebook,
Ethor the
and
name
it's
of
still.
it? And he made the video of it.
it's
right?
still the tavern.
Ethor.
Ethor.
Yeah, and then I.
It's close though, I'm sure.
It's probably about a year old. You're right, but not
I just
years.
know, like, I for sure got a tavern. Like, it
wasn't
was a
Shrimp
tavern
Jesus,
video
was
the
it?
other day. Whenever I
No, that one was years ago.
Shrimp Jesus is great.
I think Shrimp
Shrimp
Jesus was
Jesus,
at your.
what?
I think that was at your house, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't take my shrimp with Jesus. I don't know why I remember that.
That bass line is great.
Do.
When Jake has bass lines, they're really like.
I wrote that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh. Ding, 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 ding,
It's
ding,
gotta be like
ding,
the-
ding, 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 ding. Is that another one? That's a different one.
I don't remember.
I am Buffalo Divine.
Yep. That's a good one. I wrote that one too. You boys helped me make that sound like a studio
Oh
song.
no, I must have erased it.
Oh no.
All this
That's the
hype.
worst.
The Buffalo, he died.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to watch another really good movie?
My favorite one you guys have done is Rape.
No more movie. Yeah, we watched this one, but we didn't have audio. So like,
Oh yeah, we
yes.
watched this one.
But
Sure.
this would be great with audio.
Well, I gotta.
Hey, you fixed the
Do
audio.
some work. You
want to
guys-
click that button over
You
there?
guys act like.
I
do
am
some
Buffalo
work.
Divine. I sex him from behind.
Yeah,
And
sing
when
that
I
shit.
win his heart, the murdering it starts. I stab him in the spine. The buffalo he whine. When all is said and done, the buffalo is not my buffalo boy. I don't know why that was the funniest part. It's not my buffalo. Dun, dun, dun. I shot my. I shot my. I just smelled.
Why do we play that?
Every time you start to show those meatballs, I think they're like Keef nugs. Like it really looks like that to me. I don't know why.
See, this is why I like getting high now. Instead of just being dead faced to everybody with fucking
That's a-
stone eyes.
You know, I was thinking about that the other day. You and I, when we don't care for an individual, it's not they sure know it.
Yeah.
We can't hide our emotions when we don't like somebody. Apparently.
I look at you like this.
So like when a customer comes in that we fucking don't care for and they don't catch on to it, we're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh shit! I was so nasty to a woman on the phone last night. Well, she called up. It was my. I fucked up a pizza on accident.
And you fucking gave it to her.
Well, no. She was
When I
like,
fuck up, I tried and
well, no. This is. I mean, you'll
Yeah,
be
all
on
right.
my side
I
by the
remember
end of
hearing
this thing. She was. I'm like Bonnie Bray Tavern, and she's like, pineapple is not Canadian bacon. And I said, no, pineapple is not Canadian bacon, ma'am. She said, my husband came home, I ordered a Canadian bacon green chili pizza, and I had green chili and pineapple. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I really blew. I mean, I don't remember doing that. I'm really sorry. But that's horrible. Can I make you another pizza? Do you want to come by and get it? I was hungry. I ate the pineapple. and I was just like, oh shit. Well, the next time you come in, I promise you I will give you a discount. I don't want a discount. I'm like, all right. And it was like, what I want for you to do is to tell me that you know the difference between pineapple and Canadian bacon. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I apologize to you. I offered to make you a new pizza, and I offered to give you a refund, and now
you're insulting me.
you're insulting me. It was exactly. It was like, I'm not going to allow you to treat me like that. It was a pizza. If you want your money, come and get it. But I'm not doing this. And I hung up on her.
Nice.
Fuck that
Good
bitch.
for you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No,
I'm
fuck
like,
that.
I want you to tell me that you know the difference. I mean,
Yeah, these
I'm
people
like, holy
act like they're
shit.
fucking like schooling
Isn't it
you
a
or some
shame
shit.
that
well, that's
Where
what
the fuck were they from?
I don't know. That's what reminds me of the fucking Mike the plumber when he called up the one time. I forgot to put two Italian. I only put one Italian dressing with the salad. They called,
Indica?
God damn it! God damn it!
Indica? Go on.
Yeah, I mean that was about it. It was like, God damn it, shit, and that's how when I answered the phone, it was.
I would have fucking murdered that
What is
person.
that?
That was Mike the plumber. That's why I've been in a war.
No, I
with
mean
him.
this previous.
Oh, that woman. Yeah, no, she's
Let's see, who the fuck was she? The Prince of
And
God
I like the-
or the Prince Queen Elizabeth?
I wish I could remember the name. You'd know the name because
I
I
think
like
they
the
should build a
husband.
wall
Oh, hold on. What the hell?
What'd you even do?
around Colorado,
Some stuff, bro. Pause,
to keep the New
piece of
Mexicans
shit.
out.
I'm not
they look so
producing
young.
good. They are young right then and there.
How long ago was this? Like 4 years?
Why is it doing that?
Yeah,
It was a
about
while
4
back,
years.
yeah.
It's moving. Why is it doing
Build a
that,
wall
bro?
around
Oh well, let's just start it from there.
All right, that's all right.
Colorado to keep the New Mexicans out. I will be damned if I'm going to live in Adobe.
I couldn't say Adobe. In Adobe.
I like my dolls like I like my chocolate milk. Cut with glass.
That joke is I like my women like I like my heroin. Cut with glass. But I cleaned it up
I
for the
think
kids.
Michael Vick is dreaming.
That's awesome.
I feel that's when Michael Vick was killing dogs.
People with seizures don't know how good they have it.
This is my
Talk about
favorite
work.
writing ever. We made him act like they're having seizures.
Oh god.
Oh God, you gotta go to hell.
Oh, they went along with it.
That was good.
Can you imagine if you're in the celebrity eye? Make out a whole
That's my
list.
favorite part.
Look at
One
that.
time
yeah.
Louis Prima bought me a steak. Louis Prima!
That was my grandfather's favorite story.
Yeah, every time. Well, it got better every single year.
Do you know anybody know who Do you know who Louis Prima is?
Nope.
He was a
Well,
musician.
he played
in the
I think he
30s or
played the
something.
orangutan in the Jungle Book, but he was a musician in the 30s. He was a jazz guy, and so he had a Vegas show in the 60s or 70s, and where he was singing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it turned into this whole thing where originally it was like my grandfather went there. Is anybody in the military? And then my grandfather said I was in the Navy, and then he sang a song called like "Sails Away" or something like that.
Yeah.
And turned it on every time I went to Vegas. Louis Prima, I'd walk in the room and he'd sing "Sails Away" and this and I mean it was. And he bought me a steak.
And so that's where the kids we made him say, Louis Prima brought me a steak. Louis Prima! Well, and the best part of
When
this
I
whole
was 3 years
thing,
old, I ate a typewriter.
this
And
scene
when I
took
cracked
like
out all
40
the keys,
minutes.
they would spell the names of
Look
all
how
the
annoyed
dogs I
she
would
is.
strangle as a teenager.
This is when I watched a lot of
Lipstick.
Tim and Eric. So
You
I,
seen their movie?
yep,
I haven't seen
I
it.
saw it in the theater.
Worth watching?
It's hilarious.
I love their show. I just never watched the
People
movie for
say
some
you
reason.
can listen with
The
age.
best part of that whole thing was the two horses.
But all I got was a cup of soup.
This is the best part is because
Gianna.
we're so mean to
When I was
him.
3 years old, I ate a
Stop it.
typewriter.
You're making your voice low. Just have a normal voice.
Put your hands down. Look at the camera.
When I was 3 years old, I ate a typewriter.
These 2 minutes we're
One more time.
to
Gianna,
make
look
that
here.
first part.
When I was 3 years old, I
was
ate a
all this
typewriter.
yelling.
Yeah.
And when I crapped out the key, wait a minute.
Gianna, quit doing that.
Come on, Gianna.
Watch Gianna this whole time.
That's even if it's choppy, that'll probably be funny.
Chip, chip, chip,
Sit
in.
down.
Sit down, pig.
I love it.
I don't
Alright.
like this on. It hurts. my unibrow's coming off.
Shut up.
Okay, next line.
They would spell all it. They would
Stop.
spell the name.
Stop.
When you mess up, start over again and give it a pause. I know. Do it smoothly.
They spelled the names of all the dogs.
That's not smooth.
I
Louder.
think that's all there.
Quit looking at him.
You'd be a good Hollywood director.
Sit down.
This is hard.
Yeah.
So just say the first line. Stop it,
This
it's
is just
recording.
as crazy as us.
People who have seizures
Gianna.
don't. People who don't have. People that have.
Talk about a workout.
Yeah.
Talk about a workout. Talk about a workout.
I'm gonna do it normal.
Don't do it no more.
Talk about a workout.
Regular voice.
Talk about a workout.
Gianna, quit looking at her. Stop it.
Hey, look at the camera.
Cover your lips. Your lips are covered.
That's so funny.
I did my lips.
Good job. Record.
I did
So
my
do it.
lips.
Seriously.
Writer.
Just say when I was 3 years old, I ate a typewriter.
When I was 3 years old, I ate
You're
a typewriter.
moving. What are you doing? We're recording. You're making this really difficult.
We can go like this in the movie.
No, we can't. All right, we're done. No more movies.
That's so great. I love how it just cuts off right there. No more movie. Boom.
That's when I thought my
It reminds me-
Halo threats
Well,
meant
that's what-
something.
Have you ever seen
no
like
more
a?
movie. That's it. You don't get no more movies when we were exploiting them
Well,
in
I
the
know.
first place.
and at the very, we're sitting there doing that.
Even
We're doing
better.
this whole thing, and then we were like, "This will be funny." Making them say stupid shit to their kids. And we're just sitting there, and when we saw us, how we were talking to them, we're like, "Oh, fuck.
We need, and
This
we
is-
had to put the evidence out so we don't get.
Have you ever seen
sued.
the like? It's just saying mean shit to porn stars when they're on the couch or whatever.
That's so awful. Why
That's
did
what
they
it
do that?
reminds me of. Though.
Well,
It's just like you're
well.
fat. You're fucking fat.
Do you know what he's talking about? Have
you
you
seen
guys
that
heard of
shit?
this?
No.
Apparently
like,
it's a
that
thing that-
casting couch. Like, if you ever seen the casting couch, I'm sure every guy has.
Sure.
No, but it's like before they shoot, and it's just like the mean shit they say to them.
Dude, it's
so
unnecessary. They're about
It
to
is so
fuck
funny.
you.
You look like fucking Godzilla. It's
They're
like-
like talking horrible about these poor gals.
I've never seen a casting call where they make fun
I
of
heard
the
one.
chick,
It
though.
was like some guy was like, "Has anybody ever thrown a spear at you?" And she's like, "What?" And she's like, "He's like, 'cause you look like a fucking gorilla."
Oh, Jesus.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Do you know I got suspended once? Not in-house suspension for calling a kid a gorilla once. But I didn't really put two and two together. That's how dumb I was
Yeah.
about racism.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Well, so this fella, he was a big fella. He was a big black fella.
Yeah.
But he was like the nicest guy ever. Like
Right.
Jalile, but me and him, remember him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
When we were in, I don't know, I won't say his last name so I don't get arrested in Cart.
Yeah.
Hard.
Meow. But, I mean, he was black and he was a large man. But we were looking at National Geographic in middle school. I was like 6th grade. And there was this gorilla on the page. And I said, look, it's your mom.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
But I didn't mean it like.
Yeah.
That's how dumb I was.
Yeah.
Because I meant it because he's huge and he looked like a gorilla. I didn't mean it like.
See, Pat's always been a racist piece of shit. I've been telling you for years.
And the best part, the absolute best part is, well, this is back when you didn't get in too much trouble, though. The vice principal who took care of me was a big black woman.
Oh yeah.
Her name was
Miss
Miss Hooks. Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't
now
Hooks,
now
it
I
was
look
Miss
back,
Hooks.
I think I'd be attracted to her, frankly.
You know how I started when I started thinking that shit was fucked
She's
up
alright,
a
I
little
guess,
bit.
yeah.
Well, but I just know how I am. When
Yeah.
one of them black gals come in the room, I get
This
a
is
little.
this is a horrible
mushy.
story, and it's going to besmirch a member of my family.
Oh, shit.
good.
But
Good.
it's,
Let me put
change the name.
Do you remember
Hold on,
when?
let me put the camera on you then.
Well, yeah.
Hi, my name is
Hi.
Christopher
It's more
Brother.
credible.
Hi. Do you remember that Charles guy that used to live up the street, and one day
Charles
his father flipped
First
out,
house?
and we had that lot behind Sedalia.
Oh yeah.
And the dad came over to destroy our fort that we'd built there
Yep.
because of like we weren't. I mean, Charles had done something fucked up or something like that.
Our family, when we bought that second house I was talking about, that we had a whole lot behind us that they bought. Like, it was smart. It was a good idea.
Yeah.
And they ended up selling back to the builders to gain money. But so at that point, we were kids and we decided we were carpenters and we were going to build a fort. I mean, it wasn't much of a fort.
No, it was a bunch of sticks.
But so it was
like,
my
just
brother
laying
and
together.
Nice.
one African American fellow, and then an angry African American fellow that turned out to be like, he had to have been schizophrenic.
Well, he's got to be.
I've talked about
He's
his
just
family before. I seen his mom's tits.
Yeah, he disappeared off. I was friends with him on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah, he disappeared a couple of years ago. But
Yeah.
go on, and I'll tell. Well, here I'll tell you about the tits now. One time I came up from the downstairs with Charles, the guy we're talking about, who helped us build the fort, in an empty lot. So we're all on the same page. His dad was making out with her, and she was a gorgeous black chick. And he was a black feller too. Like I said before, I'm gonna say black a few more times.
Okay.
And then, dude, I had to have been. How young were we? Fuck.
We were like 9, 10. I was 9 or 10 when this happened.
And so, like, I come up the stairs and he's making out with her, and he lifted up her shirt over her tit,
Ooh,
and was like, "Fucking check this shit out." And I
to
got
you?
yeah, me
Nice.
and like the kid.
That's fucking
And I'm
awesome.
like, fucking.
that's fucking.
She had great fucking black titty.
yeah.
That's fantastic.
But so we built this
It's like
fort,
gift
and then
from
what
God.
happened?
Well, we
at
built
that
this
age.
fort, but something happened. Like Charles went crazy, and we said, "You're not allowed to come around the fort."
He like
anymore."
tried to beat one of us up or something.
Yeah, something like that. So that night,
Schizophrenic.
the dad, we were watching out at mom and dad's room. The dad came over and he started destroying the fort, and he was
Like-
just screaming, "I'm sick and tired of this shit." And he was implying that we were
Racist.
being racist or something like that. And he
I've
was
seen
just,
your wife's titty.
yeah, and he was just breaking this stuff up, and I didn't understand it because it was nothing like that. And then Teresa said to me, she said, "Should I shout?" She didn't say this exactly, but should I yell the N-word at him? And I was appalled. I was like, "Holy shit, he's right." He's fucking. He should be destroying our goddamn thing, you fucking maniac.
Was
It
she
would
out
never-
there like standing behind him when we were making the fort? You nigger.
Right.
You
No,
make
we
that.
were up in Mom and Dad's room watching him destroy the
No,
fort.
I know.
No,
But how did the racist part start?
well, I don't know.
Before he
Well,
showed up
was-
to break it.
Well,
That was so scared. And you know
I
what?
don't know what the. Well,
You
we
want to know
told
the
him
best
he-
part of the story that he's missing? Is we had a babysitter that night.
Yeah, no, Chip was there. Chip.
Yeah.
And Chip. The look on Chip's face was fucking psychotic.
My
too.
mind
Okay,
really chip
let me
chipper
paint this picture a little more detailed.
Oh yeah, let's see it.
All right, so
A word picture, if you will.
we had a babysitter that night. We were shitty fucking kids at that point anyways. The divorce was happening, right? Probably
Must
had-
have been
right.
at that point. I don't know.
and like we were angry and lashing out, and we used to pick on this babysitter, like ungodly.
Did you tie him up or something? at
Yeah,
one
we
point?
tied him up with
What?
duct tape, and he was really hairy, and he had to rip his hair out. It was what the fuck? I don't know what was wrong with us.
Macaulay
job,
Culkin
Chip.
or something.
At that same point, my brother lit my sister's hair on fire.
What?
One day.
Nice.
Well, I would go after with like a hairspray and
Jeez,
set
I
it
thought
on
I
fire.
fucked up
and
my
shit.
sister.
Listen to this. He would light her hair on fire with the hairspray and have a cup of
Flamethrower.
water to throw in her face. So she got burnt the fuck up ends. And you wonder why she wanted to yell
saved your
nigger
life.
out the window. You wonder why she wanted to yell nigger out the window at.
Yeah, but it would have never occurred to me to be mad at somebody to scream that word out the window.
Okay, so this is after we tied him
right.
up. So these people came to destroy our fort and were screaming out the window.
It's like,
And
what-
there was some racial slurs, I'm sure.
No, I don't think we actually said anything.
But
Teresa's-
we definitely cussed at him. And
No,
we're like,
we were
what,
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, that kind
you
of stuff.
crazy person.
So
this is our.
and there he was angry anyway, so he comes to our fucking front door.
And he's like, I'm sick
And
of this
he was
shit.
a giant motherfucker, if I remember right.
Well, this is I mean, the whole thing is not a good. It's horrible.
And so we have this babysitter, and the guy's trying to get into the door through the skinny babysitter that we previously had tied up.
So
Don't
this, this skinny babysitter is dealing
And
with
he's
this
getting
huge-
attacked by this giant
angry-
black fellow that we're screaming out the window. Leave our fucking fort alone, you motherfucker.
This doesn't sound like any of the porns that I watch.
Oh, that's so funny.
The babysitter. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
That neighborhood, we were fucking shitty. There's another good story from that neighborhood if y'all are here. You here?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got a bunch. Let's go.
Me and
Keep
this
going.
other fellow.
Simon Fletcher lived up the street from us, though.
Yeah, the football boy.
How nice.
He's
Simon
a
Fletcher.
all-time leading sack leader of the Denver Broncos.
Oh,
What a cheap fuck.
What you fuck?
He lived up the street from us. That was a nice neighborhood,
My
but
mind went exactly to that.
That's what I was wondering, too.
No. Back in
I'm like,
those
but
days, you
Jesus.
weren't living in Cherry Hills if you were Simon Fletcher.
yeah, I suppose.
It was a different time.
Doesn't
Yeah,
Elway's wife live really close to the tavern?
Yeah,
She lives in the Polo Club.
Yeah.
No.
Kristen showed it to me once.
It's
Just
right
in
by
Bonneville.
this.
No, Kristen showed me her house once, and
That's nice.
I was like, "Damn."
What were we talking about? Oh, so me and my friend used to go to, there's Door Ding something.
DoorDash.
DoorDash. Ding dong.
But
Oh,
we-
ding dong ditch, nigger knocking.
Ah, Jesus.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Jesus
We used to
Christ.
call
Hey!
it nigger knocking, and that's what I was
I
gonna
knew that's
say.
what he was reaching for. That's why I brought it up.
Isn't that horrible?
The
And I
Missouri
think
me
he's
can-
the only other person.
The Missouri and me can say
And
it.
what is the other one you said?
Ding dong ditch or nigger knocking.
Ding door ditch is what everyone else said, but
why?
I was.
But why is the second thing?
I
the
don't
thing-
know.
I never understood it.
Why
but that's
would
what
that-
That's
you
what we
know why
called
I
it.
learned it.
Even when we were like 8, we
No,
called it nigger knocking.
no. I
Let me
did-
finish
I
though.
knew.
I was
knew
doing
that.
it. I was doing it with a black kid, and that's where I learned it from.
Yeah.
He's like, we called this nigger knocking, and I was like, hold on a second. And he was black, and it really threw me off.
I actually feel like that's like my first reference to whenever I realized that nigger was offensive.
It's awful.
Because as a little kid, we really, like 8 years old, we used to call it nigger knocking. Like
No.
we just do that.
I
shit.
don't know where.
No, I've
I did not
definitely
realize I was saying. anything
I've
offensive.
definitely heard that before, but
But that's
I mean,
where I
it's
learned
just-
it from. Was
that's
the
fucking
little
crazy.
black kid I was with.
Always hung out
Who
with
was
black
it,
people.
Andrew.
though.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got all this slang, but they were saying it too. You know what I mean? So it was like,
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, that's
like,
where I learned it from, and I didn't know it, and I never would say it at that point. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I just remember him
the
calling
point.
it.
I mean,
But
we're
here's the best part of the story. We kept going back to this one particular house, and I didn't know why, and he knew why, because he was a degenerate, and the fucking kid was mentally disabled,
oh no.
and so we kept going back to the same house, ringing the doorbell and running away, and then finally there's this knock at the door, and it was late at night too. And they're like, "Hey, man, you gotta quit doing that. We got a fucking retard in the house." It's like every time you do that, it gets riled up, and
Oh my god, dude! What the fuck?
so that son of a bitch taught me a racist slur, nigger knocking, made me fucking beat on a retard's house, and we used to call them retards. I'm sorry, that's not okay now. I'm
It
sorry.
used to be the proper term.
Well, we're done for now. I mean,
And
look at
then
the kids nowadays.
Now think about it though. Now you have a child. Imagine if some asshole would just fucking kept making your child cry over
Yeah.
and over.
It'd be
horrible.
And this one's fucking amplified by like 1,000 because it's like in machines and shit. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this house. Oh boy, they're gonna think this is hilarious. Hey, I mean,
Do kids still do that these days? You think with technology?
no, because they'll shoot them.
that's true. That's true.
That's really. What about like TP and shit? You think?
I think
see
kids
it
are
every
done.
once in a while,
Kids
but
are
I think-
goddamn
Yeah.
done.
That's
The only time I've seen it's really nice
Man, we used
neighborhoods
to TP houses like a motherfucker back
where
in
they
the
know you're not
day.
going to get killed. It's like the richest of rich neighborhoods. That's where I've seen it.
That's
I like
weird.
driving.
That's weird. That's the thing of the past, huh?
I never threw toilet. Well,
You never TP'd anybody, really?
This
no.
is a story.
We
I'm
did
I
gonna-
never.
a lot of-
I never egged anybody's
I
house.
know,
I
I'm
can
not
admit
saying I
that.
didn't do things, but I didn't
Yeah.
do that.
I TP'd.
You remember them
Never
boys that
egged.
knocked one when I was like 5, 10, or 10 years old, I'd say.
What's
It
that?
was like Eric and Brad or something like that, those boys. So we're in, because the whole neighborhood, Country Lane, was just, it was all.
Rich boys.
Well,
were
not
we-
only it was just rich boys, but every house was they were building on every lot, right?
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
a total construction area. So we would always be going to those construction sites and just stealing everything and defacing everything and stuff like that. So one time we're in this house, and I think this is like literally the last time.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, I don't know.
But I mean, it's
Should
been
we call our lawyer, see if this is okay?
it's been 20
All right.
years. So we're in some house fucking it up, doing some crazy shit.
Allegedly.
And then that Brad just pulls down his pants and takes a shit on the ground.
Ah, dear.
And I'm just like, and I think this was literally the last time I ever talked to them. I'm like, and then he started wiping his ass with his finger.
Oh,
and
no.
he had a big turd on his finger, and I'm like, I can't do this.
See, that's
can't
where
do
I would
this.
have drawn the line.
Whoa.
I had a friend shit in front of me once, too.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
But I didn't. This is even worse. I didn't know. But with the hands?
yeah, with the hand, that's
With
the
the
last straw.
hand?
I was literally there's like a big hunk of poop on the finger, and I'm
Then
just
what
like,
did he do for the rest of the day?
I left. I was done. I don't
Oh,
know.
thank God.
I'm like, you're somewhere. You
Yeah,
can't have
smart
poop.
boy.
You can't have poop on your hand.
You cannot have poop on your
I
hand.
agree. There's people that deal
What
with that
the
shit. Though.
fuck?
I know, and this
I've-
has been a haunting
insane.
memory to me forever.
Yeah,
like
no
every once,
shit.
I'll just be walking down the street like this is.
I
Fucking,
don't
Don't
believe
you hate
bro.
that? I've
this
been
is
having
a nice ass street, and all of
I
a sudden I'm like,
poop hand.
Brad has got poop on his finger.
poop hand.
Oh my god.
Remember
hand.
Mallrats, the chocolate pretzel?
Nope.
You guys never saw Mallrats?
Yeah, but
At
I don't
some
remember.
point, but I
I
didn't
never had
idolize
chocolate
it.
pretzel. He wipes his ass without using toilet paper with his just.
You would know immediately
And then
before
he
you got
shakes
that.
his hand. Obviously, it wouldn't work, but
No.
Son of a bitch and bastard is all I gotta
That's
say.
Son of a bitch.
fucking good.
I don't like it.
You hand him a chocolate pretzel when you have doo doo on your hand.
We used to see that was a weird development because there was initially like 50 houses built, but they had the land for like
crazy.
for probably like I don't know 200 houses or something. And something happened with the permits or whatever, and so we lived there a long time where it was just empty fields,
Yeah.
and we caused a lot of mischief.
Good.
And then when they started building all the other houses is when poop finger.
Oh,
But we used to go in there and like it was insane how they didn't secure anything back then.
Yeah.
They would just put like the whole entire house just there. And I would watch people all the time just drive up and like, oh, I'm going to take this whole entire
I'd bet like
thing of fucking 4x4s or 2x4s.
we used to steal them for skate ramps, all kinds of shit. But I bet like the first 30 times I ever got laid was probably in like an open house because they'd leave that shit unlocked all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I don't know, me and the sex just always go to that shit because they'd leave open houses unlocked, even at like 9 o'clock at night, and we just go in there and be like, oh, we got this whole house to our fucking selves.
Really?
We couldn't fuck at our parents' house. Yeah.
Why? I always fucked in my parents'
And
house.
a lot of times there'd be like bowls of candy too, because like they wanted to give them to like the open house guests and shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, we got
Seriously.
fucking candy and we get a whole house.
Didn't you fuck in your house, Mark?
Where? What house?
One
All
of your
houses?
parents' houses?
Oh, I got
Yeah,
caught fucking
yeah.
a couple times. It was
Oh,
No,
horrible.
we
hot
always
fucking?
no,
Oh,
just
no.
fucked.
Yeah, man.
All the
Where,
time.
where else was I gonna fuck?
We didn't do weird shit like you.
I never fucked in
I
my
did
car
a bunch
though.
of weird shit.
I
Lost my
used to.
virginity on a golf course.
I've never fucked in my car.
With
I
an
fucked in
Indian
my-
named Red Eye.
But
no,
that would
a
freak
girl
me
named
out.
Whitney.
I fucked in 1, 2, 3
She follows
cars.
my Facebook.
3
Maybe
cars
she
ago.
listens.
We fucked in that car and I sold it to somebody I know.
But no, that was like I bet for like the first
A lot.
3 years I was having sex, it was all in open houses. Honestly.
That's so weird. I mean, that's a cool fetish.
I think it was also kind of a skateboard
Did
thing
you already
too.
read the email?
Because yeah,
Yeah, I know.
I think it was also kind of a skateboard thing too. Because we would go to open houses and just skate them. Because there was so
Well,
much
we used
wood
to-
around them and shit while they were being built.
That gives me another memory. Like I was a little
And I just-
asshole kid. Because boys are stupid assholes.
Yeah.
So
we're
there was a
fucking
construction
complete
site.
assholes.
And back then we used to be able to leave the house. Our parents didn't give a fuck. We'd leave really
Oh,
early.
yeah. Yep.
Well, we slept in a little bit, I guess, but we were gone all goddamn day. And I took my bike out to one of those construction sites we just talked about, probably to scan it out for my brother. He's probably like, you tell me when they're going to build a house so my friend could shit in it. It was like a whole gang we had.
Could you imagine being a kid today with like today's GPS technology and shit, where
Well,
parents
no,
like keep
I mean,
tracks
I don't
of-
think this
Oh,
should-
you're not really at the park down the street.
Because I don't.
I don't want to know what my kid's doing.
Exactly.
Well, I know, but I don't think this shit could happen. Like, I mean, like I just like 8 years old, we'd sneak out in the middle of the night.
Right.
It was just
That's
like
awful.
there's parents like,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
go
yeah.
out the basement
There's
door.
kids now though. There's
We'll
kids
be back
now though.
tomorrow,
They're like
don't
chips
worry.
like dogs are.
Let's go set
They
a
like
I
fucking
know,
fucking
it's
GPS them
awful.
at any time,
Yeah.
and it's fucked up.
But,
They don't get a chance to be
so-
kids.
In that neighborhood,
Hold on,
we
though.
would sneak out at Eric's house and go set
Yeah.
dumpsters on fire and shit.
Oh, dear. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We did a lot of damage.
7
over there.
years is statute of limitations.
But
for
now
most
that I know
things.
about insurance
That's
and
rape
stuff,
and murder.
they did pretty good on us.
Oh yeah.
Real
Those
good.
boys. So there was this basement dug out. That was our favorite part. So this basement was dug out, but there was no concrete or
Right.
anything. And my stupid ass took my bike out on this narrow strip,
Yes.
thinking like I was gonna. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was a boy. I was a young boy. I took my narrow strip ass on this narrow bike, not knowing that if I put my foot down on either side, there would be nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got to the end, and I was like trying to pose or something, like probably for a girl. I don't know. And I fell like 12 feet into a fucking thing, and the bike landed on top of me. And back then you're by yourself, of course. And so I'm just laying there trying to catch my breath in the bottom of this fucking foundation, just crying with a bike on top of me. And I went home and told nobody. Like the good old days.
Right.
The good old days.
It's weird the difference.
One time I was grounded and I snuck out the house and it was midday. Like I just left. right. I was like 10 years old. It was over that country lane and I'm just going around. I'm just like walking around with some guys or something like that. And all of a sudden my dog starts running by and I jump and I tackle him and I just have my dog in my arms. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? My dad pulls up and my dad pops out with his dukes up. He's like, why are you sneaking out of the house?
I caught the dog.
I'm like,
Like Donald Duck.
yeah, I literally, when I was in kindergarten,
You,
they
like,
asked me to
saved the
draw a
dog.
picture for Father's Day for my father or something like that. And it was a picture of Donald Duck with his dukes up.
That's fucking great, dude.
Backwards Dukes.
If you did it nowadays, they'd be like, all right, we got to take him to child protective services.
They put me in therapy. Like, not that they put me in therapy in preschool because I was I didn't talk to people. The only time I did anything is if a girl went in the bathroom, I was like, I'm going to the bathroom too.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
I gotta go to the bathroom right now.
They knew you weren't gay from an early age. That's good.
That reminds me. We should probably close the episode with that.
Yeah.
Reminded me of another story when I was probably in kindergarten, and this kid had to piss, but he wasn't going piss because we were having fun. And then it was the last minute he started pissing his pants, and his piss got on my arm. Strange boys, a piss got on my arm in kindergarten.
Shit.
Ugh.
You probably just.
You ever
wiped it
notice
off.
how like drunk stories can relate to kindergarten stories so well?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He pissed his pants and it got on my arm, man.
Basically, just grown-up kids when you're fucking drunk.
Ah, well, of course.
Yeah,
No one wants to grow up. What's the point?
I do.
Dude, Peter Pan.
Why? What
bro.
is there?
Logic,
Peter Pan.
logic rules everything around me.
Then you got a mortgage, and then
Yeah. When you're a kid, you don't have to pay
don't
for
put
shit,
your finger on your poop.
Bro. You don't got to worry about where your next meal's from.
Yeah.
This is another thing we made those kids do.
Yeah, but you couldn't get into a bar.
Those are those kids.
Fuck. I can get weed though.
Don't you miss that acting or are you
Yeah,
missing
I
that talent?
definitely miss. I know what you're talking about. Acting in front of your parents and shit. Like, no.
No, I'm talking about these weird kids we made do this weird shit.
Oh, the actor. Yeah.
Hey, you guys have a good time.
Bye.
No, the actors, it was our kids, our nephews
Bye.
and nieces. Actors.